immigrants at all.
What?
Dude,
Japan?
Japan
Hold up.
only bars. Like if you're only Japanese, you can only be in the bar.
Hold
Like
up, hold up,
no
hold up.
white
About
Christian
person, no
spitting facts.
foreigner,
Christian spitting facts. Let's go.
no foreigner can fucking go into the bar. And if you have a DUI in America, I'm pretty sure you can't even go to Japan anyway.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's okay. That depends on the circumstances of the bar. Some of them don't even speak the languages that some immigrants uh, of some of the immigrants. But even so, the what I was trying to say was that I wanted to be more like Japan, where we can bring people into the country, but we are not really trying to we don't try to assimilate to their culture, but them assimilate to our culture,
That's not
and
America.
That's what Japan does. Okay, like when it comes down to it, they
Okay.
a lot of people in Muslim countries cremate. People don't cremate in Japan. That just doesn't happen in Japan. So and Japan is like we're not cremating because we don't do that here. That's not a legal thing that you
Hmm.
do here. So
I
you
don't
can
know what
send to
this.
the
What? Like we're just we're not Japan, right? Like Japan is
I don't
obviously
know.
not like a
Japan's
and
they're not
ironically
Japan
more
is
like
not a
that.
monoculture, but they're closer to way closer than we are, right? We have like we have Creoles like in Louisiana. We have like heavy Hispanic culture throughout like Texas, New Mexico, California,
But host, you could admit
California.
though the
Heavy
UK
Asian
is having
culture, heavy like Asian culture influence in like California and some of the Midwest areas from like from like Vietnam and like
It's like you're saying
China, these
America doesn't
areas.
have a culture, so we have
Huh?
all cultures but American
America
culture.
definitely
Well,
has a culture. What are you talking about?
America's defining culture is like some form is like liberalism or classical liberalism would be
You
like
don't think
the
rap
argument.
is a form of American culture? You don't think like the Second Amendment is a form of American culture?
I think
Like
it's a
you don't
unique
think
product. I
food?
think it's a unique
You don't think
product of
food is
American.
a form of American
I think it's a
culture?
unique product of American culture. But I think ultimately what American culture
You
is
think
like.
movies? Literally, Hollywood is a thing. Like, there's no such thing as a Hollywood in like
Can I finish?
fucking any other country, man.
I said
Nobody
the
makes movies like
unifying
we do.
culture. I'm saying the unifying culture aspects of what American culture is like classical
Well,
liberalism, where we allow all these unique cultures to fit under one umbrella. So I don't want to be like Japan, right? America was never like Japan, right? We had Irish, we had Italians, we had Germans, we had people from Nordic countries, we had huge Hispanic influence, we had French influence, we had African and French influence from like Haiti. This America is not culture, like a cultural monolith, right? One monoculture. We are diverse, and that diversity is our greatest strength. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay.
Diversity can be a good strength, but it can also be a good weakness if not regulated.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. We are becoming less and less regulated when it comes down to it.
How? Like I'm sorry, but like if people say this and it's like, okay, let's see. So back in the 19th century, we had like literal gang wars in New York between like Irish Protestant Catholics in the Nativist Party. And what do we have now? Muslims who will like shout their prayers a little too loud in neighborhoods. Like I feel the cultural division is going the exact opposite way. It's actually getting better.
I would not like to talk on the Muslims. That's where I get the most extreme. But here's the
But
thing.
like
Here's the
you
thing.
acknowledge I'm right about that, right? Like there's less like cultural conflict now than there was back then, right? Like we're actually getting better.
Okay, look. Even so, it's not even just that. Like, okay, so I'm Afro Latino, but here's the thing. And I have an abuela who comes to America, who came to America in the '70s, didn't become legal until like maybe the '90s. She loves this country and will wave our flag with pride. Okay, and she does wave the Venezuelan flag, not as much as the American flag though. But last year around January or something, we saw in LA people burning the American flag and raising the Mexican flag. That would not go over in many other countries, okay? And I know that's gonna sound like a snowflake type thing. I don't care. I hate that these people. I do not like that
Yeah,
many
why is
of the
that though?
Latino. I hate that many of these Latino Americans, because it's mostly Latino Americans, um, who burnt our flag and was raising the Mexican flag. That is
Well, that's what happens when you have like somebody like Trump who comes to office who's like destroying like the Americans like unifying principles, right? They're degrading the Constitution. they're attacking people's communities. That's what's going to happen.
So you raise a Mexican flag.
Yeah, because people want something to unify around. It makes sense, right? When if America is built on being a cult, being a sanctuary for diverse cultures, and then Trump is coming in, not only is he deporting people within these communities, which people love and cherish, but they're at the same time he's violating the rights that America is supposed to protect when doing it, the Fourth, the Fifth, the Sixth Amendment. Yeah, that's going to happen, and I think that's a valid reaction.
Okay. So, okay, that was a wild. That's a wild statement. That's a
How is
wild
that a wild
statement.
statement?
Because
What's wrong with that?
one thing about it, there should be no excuse to put one flag over our American flag. There's no excuse for that. And in my opinion,
There's
that is freedom of expression. But in many other cases, like if a government official did something like that, that would be considered treason.
That's not true. Government officials could do that too. What?
No, they can do that, but most people would look at it as treason.
Good thing the founding fathers didn't. I don't really care, bro. Here's the thing, right? When that American flag represents
You may not
like
care,
a,
but I
such a
do.
look, when that American flag is representing the Trump's administration, who ultimately is against these principles, then yeah, people are gonna burn it. Yeah, that's what because currently the people in power don't stand for what America and the founding father did stand for.
And
That's what's
it
gonna
shows
happen.
how weak they are. It shows how
No,
weak they are.
no,
Because
no. So it's how
one thing
strong
about
they
it, wait,
are.
wait, wait,
No, that does the exact
hold up a second.
opposite.
Hold up a second. No, that is weak, and I will tell you why. Because one thing about it, we were under the Biden administration. I had never seen any conservative throw up another flag throw up another flag over the American flag, or at least another nation's flag over the American flag, just because they did not like the president's values. That is the weakest thing you could ever
Yeah.
do.
Doesn't the right literally fly the Confederate flag and advocate for Confederate statues of a country
You
that tried to destroy the Union?
okay? You
Okay,
don't.
well, we're just not gonna
If you
acknowledge.
if
We're
you
just not gonna acknowledge that,
no,
right? That's
because
that. Whoa,
you
whoa!
don't know
Didn't want
about
to talk about that
you don't
part.
know about the
No,
Confederate flag. Do you know
huh?
what the Confederate flags are? There are
Yeah, the
many
Confederate
Confederate
flag. The
flags.
Confederate flag, right? The
Which
star,
one are you talking about?
huh? The
Which
stars and
Confederate flag are
bars
you
and the
talking about?
Confederate battle flag. And the Confederate battle flag of Northern Virginia.
Okay, if you're talking about the Virginia battle flag, that's not another country flag. That is entirely different thing.
But
But
it also is, right?
if you're talking about these the
That's the
what's it
19
called
well
the
that's the 1865 version of the Confederate flag. They changed it months before the war ended. They changed it to that flag. You know that, right?
no their last flag was the bloodstained banner.
No, wait, let me find it. Confederate flags. Let me find Wikipedia because yeah, let me find an evolution. Here. Uh, Here. So this is the battle flag from 1860. Battle flag of Confederate States from 1861 to 1865.
Yeah, if you were Army in Virginia, you most likely had that flag. But most people outside of the Army mostly had like at
Battle
least
flag of the
the
Confederate States from
stars and
1861 to
bars, the
1865.
white stained banner, and the blood stained banner.
From 1865, right? And
Yeah,
this is
in
Second
Northern
Confederate
Virginia.
Navy Rectangular Jack from 1863 to 1865. So this was the national battle flag from
Okay,
1861
look
to
up the blood stained banner.
1865.
Look up the blood stained banner.
Yeah, I know what the bloodstained banner is.
That was the official Confederate. That flag right there with the cross. That was never an official Confederate flag.
But yeah, this was the official battle flag.
It was never an official Confederate flag.
Battle flag. It was no. There's no difference between like a battle flag and like a. You do know the difference between a battle flag and like a national flag, right?
Yeah, a battle flag is a flag
Used in battle.
bring
So
into battle.
it was the battle for the army. So when people wave around this flag, they're representing the army which fought the Union. So it's a traitorous flag. I don't know what I don't know how to cross. Like I don't know which way you're gonna cross that.
But it was never an official Confederate flag.
It
That
literally
was a flag
was.
for the soldiers,
Yeah, it was an official
not of
flag
the
for this. I don't
Confederacy.
know, like, cool. Yeah, guys. I'm just raving around the flag of the Wehrmacht who fought in Schmatzi, Germany, guys. I'm playing the national
And
flag for
those
the
are two
entire
different flags,
country.
man.
Like
You know
those,
it.
huh?
Those are two different flags, and
Yeah,
you
they
know
have
it.
the same meaning.
Those have
Wait,
two
the
different
meaning, the
meanings.
meat, what? Yeah, the in one we're just supporting the people who fought against the Union, and in the other we're just supporting the entire institution who fought against the Union. Like what? And what? It's still a traitorous flag. And how is this changing the meaning?
Your
Any like
opinion.
how in my opinion?
I have a Southern black family who flies that flag.
Cool, they're traitors. Flying a traitor's flag.
That's that's not what that flag means. That's not what that flag means. That flag was for the soldiers who were fighting for what they thought.
Wait for fighting for a for what for a state that was resisting what the Union. Sorry, just from my mind again, right? So they're saying I support people who are traitors to the country. That's what they're saying when they wave that flag, right?
No,
No, then
what
what
I'm
are they
saying.
saying? Because you just said they were supporting those people.
No, this is what I was saying. Is that that flag was for the soldiers who were fighting. Okay, a lot
Fighting
of
for what?
soldiers.
Fighting against what?
Well, fighting for what they thought was a corrupt government.
A corrupt
Fighting
government
against
against. So they were traitors to the Union.
You can look at them that way, but to
Were
be
they
honest,
not traitors to the Union? So I just want to be clear.
they
You think I just
no
want to be clear. No,
no.
no, no. I just want to be clear. You will make the statement that waving the Mexican flag, right, just simply waving that, doing what the and saying if politicians do that, that you're going to view that as traitorous. But literal people who fought for the institution of slavery and fought and died for right the Confederate government against the Union, you refuse to call them traitors.
Would you not say that that
You're
Mexican flag also
actually the
fought
double
against the
standard's
Union?
insane. It's insane. You call like
But
the
no. You
Democrats will do
just brought up the
anything. You'll
Mexican
call them
flag and saying
traitorous, and then you'll
wait,
literally they'll fly
hold up,
this
man.
flag, and he'll be like,
You
"Oh
said
no, trust me, guys,
hold up,
trust."
no, because
Insane work,
you
insane
brought
work.
up the Mexican flag. You brought that up, okay? Now let
No,
me just
you
say,
brought that up. I didn't.
okay, the Mexican flag also fought against the Union, okay? So wouldn't you say that
You
you were
no,
on the
you
same
brought
level
that
as
up. I
me with,
didn't.
huh?
You brought that up. I didn't.
No, but no, you just brought it. You just brought that up as try to use it as a gotcha, saying that the Confederacy fought against the
Yeah,
Union,
because
but so did that Mexican flag
you made
that you
this,
are defending
you made this
of
statement.
people raising in our country.
Well, calm down, bro. You made a statement that like, oh, I don't see the right doing it. I was like, okay, well, obviously the Confederate flag does it. Also, the entire time the Confederacy ever existed, right? It was always the entire time the Confederacy existed, it was resisting the Union. The entire time Mexico has been around, it's not been doing that. For majority of its life, it hasn't been fighting with the U.S. That's just not true. Also, I don't think the modern day Mexican flag is the same one. Like okay, and
No,
was
it's the same one.
okay, 18.
The war was, I think, in 1945, I think, or somewhere past that.
The emblem's slightly different. It changed. Looks like it changed in what? So 1864 the emblem changed, 1867 the emblem changed, 1876, 1808, 1893, 1810, 1916, 1929, 1934. The last time it changed is 1968. So this Mexican flag people find today has a different emblem than the one that was being flown during the Mexican American War. But
Let
people on the
me look
right
that
will
up.
still
Let me look
fly
that
the
up.
same flag that people who fought against the Union and died as
Can I look
traitors
that up for a second?
did.
Give me a second. Hold up.
Go ahead.
Just give me a second.
The standards are just insane here. It's insane standards.
This is practically the same thing. They're practically the same.
Wait, if we're, I just want to be clear. If we're gonna call that practically the same thing, the bloodstained banner literally has the Battle Flag North Virginia in the left hand corner. So if we're gonna, I'm just saying, dude, whichever side you're posing here is not gonna look good for you.
But no, this is the same flag. You would barely be able to see the difference.
But are we serious? Like, if you want to make that argument, then I'm just gonna make the exact same argument, right? Like, the bloodstained banner has the Confederate flag of North Virginia in the left.
I mean, those are obvious. Those obviously do look different.
Yeah, the emblems are obviously different on the Mexican flag too.
Doug, if I were to show somebody a Mexican flag and I put it away, and then the next day show them a different flag of a different
If
time
you compare
period,
the
I don't
emblems
think they
right
would see a
next to, if
difference.
you compare the emblems next to each other, they would look obviously different. Yes.
Yes, but
Okay,
yes,
so
but
cool.
okay.
Like, I don't.
But
Do you think those people? Yeah, those people fly the Mexican flag in Mexican and like Hispanic pride. By the way, they're not flying. They're not flying it in like resistance to the Union.
yeah, I would believe that if they weren't burning the American flag.
The right? The Confederate flag, right? The entirety time the Confederacy existed, it was just in the Union. Right? There's no other interpretation. It's history,
mean,
not hate, guys. Trust.
I mean, again, I do look. If you want to argue against the Confederate flag, that's fine. Because I don't really fly the flag anyway. That's more of my Southern family. I'm from Ohio. I have no business flying the flag. I don't have Southern pride. You had to speak to a Southerner about that. I'm only giving you what my family tells me about it.
Look, that's fine, bro. Just saying. They fly the flag to traitors. Anyways, sorry. Assimilation. Not a problem right now. Get more statistical. If you look at science directive, if you look at, let me get the studies up real quick. Actually, let me get the studies. There's a study from National Bureau of Economic Research. There's a couple meta-analysis from some journals. Let me find it real quick. Here, where is it?
Okay, so Scratch, would you disagree that burning the U.S. flag in the United States and representing your country's flag is denouncing the USA? Would you agree or disagree?
Disagree.
You disagree? Okay, denouncing the USA generally means publicly expressing strong condemnation, criticism, rejection, or disapproval of the United States, its government, its policies, cultures, or actions. Examples: condemning U.S. foreign policy, calling the country unjust, and urging major political change, rejecting loyalty to the country, which would be a form of burning the U.S. flag. And by the way, even American citizens can denounce the USA. It doesn't have to be immigrants; it could be anybody, right? But that would be absolutely a form of denouncing the USA. Can you define what denouncing the USA if what I just said isn't true?
No, I'd say like denouncing the USA is denouncing the principles or ideals of the country. So not just the government, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if they're rejecting loyalty
no,
to our country,
if Donald Trump's administration is rejecting the principles and ideals of the country, and that's currently what the flag stands for, then I don't necessarily see like burning the flag or see resisting, right? Like the government at that time or the foreign policy aspects or the interests or policies of the government as being anti-American, because you could just be right saying you guys just aren't representing what America's really founded for. You guys aren't representing right these classical liberal ideals that America stands for, and I would agree with that.
What ideals do they not stand for under Trump? Does America not
protecting
stand for?
people's natural rights, right? Protecting people's Fourth, Fifth, and Sixth Amendment rights.
Fourth Amendment. Okay,
Fourth Amendment.
okay, hold on. What, how are we breaking the Fourth Amendment right?
Yeah,
In what
so
way?
like the Fourth Amendment basically says is protection against unreasonable search and seizure, right? People, that means that when somebody's being arrested, the standard for that is that they need to have any police officer needs to have has made a probable cause determination at the time of the arrest, right? That they have probable cause to committed a crime. And when ICE and these detached officers are going around arresting people, they are not making the probable cause determinations before they arrest them.
can you give me a source for that?
Huh? Yeah,
That's just absolutely not true.
Escobar Molina v. DHS.
I've worked with ICE myself, bro. I'm in military police. You're absolutely just bullshitting your fucking shit.
Escobar Molina v. DHS. And Greg Bavino, who was the leader of the CBP, said and was leading the CBP ICE joint operations in like Chicago and LA, literally said that we don't need probable cause to to make an arrest, nor do we need a warrant.
Um,
Well,
we
you
do
don't
know
need a
that.
warrant to make an arrest. That is a fact.
No, I
You don't
agree.
need a
You don't need a
warrant.
warrant. You need to make a probable cause determination. You said they didn't.
And
make a probable
who said
cause.
you don't need probable cause?
Greg Vivino.
Yeah, but when it comes down to ICE, if they determine somebody seems illegal or looks illegal by maybe the accent, maybe the way that they carry themselves or something like that, they do, that's their probable cause to
No, that's
see
only
if that
reasonable
person's a legal
suspicion.
citizen.
That's
Huh?
only reasonable suspicion. No.
Yeah, that's still probable cause.
No, that's so reasonable suspicion is a lower determination.
He's
right?
not Scratch is not wrong. I'm military police. He's being honest. He's not wrong. Let's see.
Especially since the Supreme Court says that they can do that. You can
Well,
you can even
Kavanaugh in Vasquez v. Nome, Kavanaugh just said that was a reasonable, articulable suspicion, right? They could use aspects of like location, what was it, like location, accent, race to make reasonable suspicion, stop somebody, question them about their status, and then if they weren't able to provide proper
But you
documents,
can stop, and
then
a federal officer can stop and question anybody they want to. They can't physically always detain them depending on the situation. But if a police officer just walks up to me and asks to talk to me, that's not illegal.
yeah, I'm saying this is like a Terry stop, so it would be like a form of detention, right? If so, like the
Oh,
initial.
if it's a Terry stop, then that's different. Like the way you made it seem like it was a voluntary stop.
No, I was talking about like a actual like
then
detaining
what do you
you,
see as
temporary
unreasonable
detainment to
search and
question somebody about their status
Real
before
quick, are
they
you
try to build probable cause to
clergy
arrest.
liberal's brother?
Yes,
Like dead ass.
I'm his twin brother. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Y'all have like the same exact voice. That's wild.
Yeah, shot twins have a similar voice. Who could have thought that?
Honestly, I don't see that often. Like I've seen twins in real life. Like let me rephrase, in person. But I feel like they don't have the same voice. Like they have the same facial features, but and like, if it's the same sex or something, obviously it's not the opposite sex, but never the same voice. Or I might have not have noticed it. But anyways, let me read this real quick. Civil rights advocates legal. Okay. Captured on video instructing federal officers in Los Angeles to arrest as many people as they touch you as you want. Yeah, I mean, that would be a form of assault. Unwanted touch is a form of assault, which would not be unwarranted. During a sworn deposition in Chicago related legislation, lawyers representing media organizations stated that Bavino testified he instructed his officers to arrest protesters making hyperbolic or critical comments in the heat of political demonstrations. I forget what hyperbolic means.
Man, what are you reading, bro?
I'm reading this off of.
You want me to play the video for you? I have the actual video.
I'm reading this off of PBS.
I can just play the video from the interview where he said it.
No, I'm not disagreeing that that's what he said. I just didn't hear about this.
Okay. Yeah, it was really dumb. The lawyers in the case, and Molina, literally argue that, oh yeah, he's just like regarded. Just don't listen to him. He doesn't know anything. As the leader of the CBP, bro just doesn't know anything. Bro, immigration, W private property, L private property.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, this is right though. Under the Fourth Amendment, do you think that police and federal officers do not like federal agents do not need legal justification to arrest somebody?
Do I think that they need or do not need?
Do not need.
They need some kind of legal justification to arrest somebody, yeah.
Interesting. All right.
They would need to make a probable cause determination at the time. Then that probable cause determination is going to be reviewed by a judge, right? At least. I'm going to say if that's like if it was a valid arrest or not.
Let's see. Give me 2 seconds.
Now for immigration, right? They need to make two determinations: one, that the person's going to flee before they get obtain a warrant, and then two, that they're an illegal alien. So if they only made the probable cause determination that they were an illegal alien, but not that they were going to flee before they could arrest, that would actually be a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Statutorily, because under 8 U.S.C. 13. You know what? Under the INA, Immigration Nationality Act, I won't even say it's not be pretentious. Under the Immigration Nationality Act, it is stated that they need to make sure the person can't flee, or they can't obtain a warrant, right, before the person would flee for the warrantless arrest to be valid.
Wait, yeah, so they only need reasonable suspicions
No, they don't.
for temporary detentions, right?
Yeah, that temporary detention just can be stopping them and inquiring about their immigration status, but anything beyond
Yeah.
that requires probable cause. Right, it says
Let's
that in
see.
Brigham B. Pon, or I think it's Pone. Yeah. That's the one Kavanaugh even cites in his concurring, right? And it explicitly says that any further detention beyond the initial stop required by immigration needs probable cause. So yeah, they would need probable cause after that.
Hold on one second. Excuse me. So what, I guess now I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked here. What was the point of the conversation?
Well, the point is basically saying is that, like, look, if Donald Trump's administration isn't representing American ideals, right, and that's what the American flag currently stands for, like his administration, and people are burning it in protest of that, I don't think that's necessarily denouncing, right, America. I think it's just denouncing the fact that the Trump administration doesn't support what America is supposed to be.
And you can denounce Trump without burning the American flag because, like I
No, I
said,
agree, you can, but that's the way they decided to do it.
if we look up the idea of what denouncing the U.S. is like generally understood by, it means publicly expressing strong condemnation, criticism, rejection, or disapproval of the United States, its government policies, culture, or actions.
I don't, I don't care what like the AI overview gave you as like a definition.
This
of,
isn't
like,
an AI
denouncing
overview.
Okay, I don't know what like dictionary you're reading from. I'm just saying this is what my view of like what America is, right? Sees like certain like classical liberal
Okay,
views
so
and
you're just
values.
coming up with denouncing the USA underneath your definition without giving any type of evidence.
Well,
To
yeah,
prove what you
I think when people think of America, they don't just think of the government and the state. They're thinking of like some like certain set of ideals too, right? There's more than just like
Well, Trump is this is government. He's
well,
makes
yeah, okay.
policies.
I think of like what is America. I don't just think, oh yeah, the state and the government. I think like beyond that, right? The like base principles, the you could call them the axioms that America is built on, are these like classical liberal principles based in like natural law theory that the founding fathers established.
I think we're getting confused. When I say denouncing, I'm not talking about renouncing your citizenship if like you're, a
No, I know what
foreigner
you're
and you
saying.
got
You're saying like denouncing the U.S. I'm saying this is what the U.S. is, right? These are the ideals of the U.S., what it stands for, and that necessarily denouncing the government doesn't mean that you're not denouncing the ideals.
That's just not true again though. You can see many videos of people burning the US flag saying fuck America.
Fuck America as in what America currently stands for. That's fine.
But you're adding words, Scratch. You're adding words. This is called speculation. You're speculating.
Well, yeah, you're also speculating that when they say "fuck America," that they like literally mean like I hate everything the U.S. ever stands for, like any of the ideals of civil rights.
That's not speculation when those are their words.
Kind of is.
Well, at the end of the day, if I were to walk up to in the street, burn the United States flag and say "fuck America," what's your first interpretation of what I would be doing? Like, what would be the intention of what you think
The
I'd be
first
doing?
interpretation of what you'd be doing, I probably say, yeah, that would probably be denunciation of like America. But if I also knew the relevant but if I also knew the relevant political situation at the time, which is that wow, there's this government that's just continuously violating people's rights by not standing for these like
Dude, the government violates people's rights 24/7.
Yeah, but not as a policy, right? Like
this isn't underneath any type of presidency. This is since the beginning of the United States, government officials have always like violated not only human rights but like constitutional rights.
Yeah,
I got my rights. In the
last four presidents, when was it a policy to like do arrests of people without probable cause?
It's not a policy. That was never a policy.
Wait. If Greg Bavino is in charge of these is in charge of the CBP and was in charge of these,
he made a statement under oath, but that wasn't a policy. You just made a claim that
so when I just want to be clear. So like if the president of the United States said yeah, it's okay, like when officers make arrests, right, when U.S. Marshals make arrests of people. They're looking out to see if like people are black. If people are black, if they're black, then we're just arresting them, right? And we have like a court case, in which 40 a class action one, in which 40 different instances of people in the D.C. area are being arrested just because they're black. Would we say that, hey, that's like a good indication that's a policy? The person who's in charge of the agency who's doing this is saying that this is what they're doing, and now we have all these cases, right, in different instances in which it's happening.
Yeah, okay. So it looks like they did have a policy back like last year, and then the Supreme Court overturned it and said that policy cannot override the Fourth Amendment, so they no longer have it.
The Supreme Court hasn't heard Molina v. DHS yet.
Or sorry, I might be incorrect. It just says courts. Courts have filed.
Well, the district court, yeah, they issued a permanent injunction. But it was a policy, right? So my argument is that, like, yeah, Trump administration's been a policy to do this, and
I don't know
the
why
last 20. I don't think any of the last 5 presidents have had
he
these.
He doesn't physically control these administrations like every single piece of policy they have. That's just ridiculous.
I don't think Donald Trump individually controls every single like individual administration here, but right, he writes executive orders which are ultimately interpreted by these people who then are gonna like go out and make these policies, and he's not reining any of these people in. Right? Todd Lyons is still employed after the Lyons memo leaked, right? Greg Bovino, after he said that statement, he wasn't let go until the Alex Preddy shit happened, and that was almost like 5 months after all that shit went down.
He was let go because of that?
Huh?
He
was demoted. He was demoted. That would be the better statement.
Gotcha. Do you believe that Alex Preddy situation was unjustified?
Huh? Yeah, yeah, definitely.
How do you think ICE handled it?
Wasn't it like CBP?
You know what, Scratch? I was so hoping you'd be at least a little bit educated on it, because every time I ask that, it's literally a gotcha question. ICE was not in control of it. It was U.S. Border Patrol, Customs and Border Patrol. So I just wanted to see if you knew that or not. So I appreciate you at least doing research. You'd be surprised how many people don't. And I guess you're like your brother. You're not unintelligent. But anyways, yeah, it was Border Patrol. But yeah, why do you think they did not like it was unjustified, I guess?
Yeah, right. I think the standard for like when like force by an officer is unjustified is like what a reasonable officer of the law like do in this situation, right? That's going to be like if you went to trial, that'd be the standard they'd be looking for. So the question is, right, the person who initially shot Freddie, right, from all the camera angles we saw, he was able to see, right, he was directly looking at the officer who disarmed him. So would a reasonable officer of the law have seen that person be disarmed? Yes. Okay.
I did not. I watched the video. I did not see this officer first shot him, where he saw him be disarmed.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Okay. I can get. Actually, I don't know if I'm
but
get that up.
Even if I didn't see that part, which is fair, even if I were to concede to that, the argument that like one person can only have one gun on their body and their possession is ridiculous as well. Like that doesn't make it automatically true that he didn't have
a reasonable officer of the law assume that this person had multiple pew-pews?
Why wouldn't they believe he wouldn't? There have been multiple situations where I worked in law enforcement where that's happened. Like, what's your? That's not really an argument.
Here's what my argument would be, right? What's more likely, that the person who was at the protest who had 10 officers like gangbanging him at the same time, and
it was
one person
6 or 7. Not even making a joke. It was like 6 or 7.
6 or 7 people gangbanging at the same time, right? And he would just they'd just been disarmed, had another pew, or that one of the had another gun, or that the one of the officers like I don't know, like misfired or something, right? I think reasonable officer in the law.
There was no evidence that any shot was misfired. That was actually incorrect.
There was no evidence. Okay, that's even worse. Yeah, that's even more unjustified than there's like
no
reasonable officer. Would a reasonable officer of the law shoot somebody who had 7 people around him who would see them be disarmed? No. Yeah, I think that's an unjust use of force. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's do this real quick. Before he got tackled and stuff, you saw the first part of it too.
Yeah.
Where he stepped in front of the Border Patrol officer's face. I'm assuming you saw that part too. He's like a foot away from him.
I don't know what
you
that
did
has
see
to do
that.
with this. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a form of aggression towards a federal officer.
Cool. I don't care.
And at that point, right, this is the officer that shot him first, right? You remember this part because he originally the one that shot him was the one that pepper sprayed the lady originally. You remember that part, right?
I also remember that part. Yeah.
Okay, so they were ordered to get out of the road because they were conducting a federal investigation, right? They would not follow lawful commands, which that is absolutely a lawful command. And then whenever
I
they
don't.
tell them to
This has
back up,
nothing.
they
I don't. I like.
hold on.
What
I'm
did
gonna
they?
because
This has
scratch
nothing
a
to do with the crime, right?
way a court works is that you have to have all the facts. You're not just blanking it, just saying this is what makes it right because of this one part
Well,
of
it's
the
gonna. They're gonna.
situation.
Wait. The what aggression happened before isn't gonna be like super factored into like. Okay, what is the reasonable use of force at this point, right? Like, no, they're gonna say like is like in this situation, they're gonna be like, is a reasonable officer here? Would they when they've seen the person be disarmed, there's 7 officers standing around them, and they don't see a visible weapon on them, then like shoot the person.
Are you
Just
familiar with
again,
Graham versus Connor?
what's Grant versus Connor say? No,
You don't know what Graham versus Connor is?
no, I
Like, are
don't
you
know.
being like actually like serious?
No, I'm being serious. I'm not familiar with Grant versus Connor.
Okay, that's fair. Do you have a computer in front of you to look this up? I want
Yeah.
you to read it with me, so it's fair. So you know I'm not bullshitting you. So there's 2 cases. You have Graham versus Connor, and then the last one was hold on. Hold on. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Hold on 1 second. I apologize.
Excessive force by law enforcement during arrest, stop, or seizure is subject to the objective responsibleness standard of the Fourth Amendment rather than a subjective due process standard under the 14th Amendment. When the facts and circumstances related to the use of force should drive the analysis rather than the improper intent or motive of the officer used the force.
Yep. So it's judged off of objective reasonableness. Do you know what that means?
Objective reasonableness. Okay. What is
Yes,
the court
that's what they explain in the Supreme Court ruling. Objective reasonableness. Are you familiar with what they
Are
define
you
as
trying to say like
objective
what a reasonable like person would do in a certain situation?
what a
Like,
reasonable
objectively?
officer would do?
Officer. So what I've been
It
saying.
specifically is mentioning
Yeah.
officers in Graham versus Connor.
Yeah.
So the court judges consider things like the severity of the crime, whether the suspect posed an immediate threat, whether the person was fleeing or resisting, which he was resisting. Which once again, obviously, by the way, resisting, I can agree with you, right? That because you're going to probably bring this up, that resisting doesn't equal the death sentence, right? Of course, that's not the claim I'm making. However, the officer that originally shot him, Alex Preddy, stepped a foot away from his face to act aggressive towards this federal officer. He sprayed that bear spray in his face. He gets told to get on the ground. Then he gets tackled by like 2 or 3 federal officers. He's resisting because you could see it like 7 seconds. Let me go to the video real quick. You can see by the guy in the red brim hat on the like left side of the like on the
Was he an immediate
right
threat?
side of the do what?
How was he an immediate threat?
Yeah, so you see at like for example, hold on. I'm just gonna give you the example of like resist. Wait, do you disagree that he was resisting? Let me
He was
ask you that.
resisting, yeah.
Okay, cool. So he's resisting, right? The officer, let me just get this mic headset on so I can at least hear everything. So I'm not being facetious here. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm
Hold
just
on.
like, there's no shot he was immediate threat, right? There's 7 officers.
It's just
around him,
not
and
true.
And he's disarmed, and he's been.
But that's the
pepper sprayed.
thing. So when in this video was he disarmed? Can you give me the exact second he was disarmed in the video, just so I can make sure we're on the same part?
Let me find it.
If you don't mind, I mean, I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it. Maybe it's just the angle I'm looking at. Because the one on Twitter is just it doesn't. I know there's like 4 or 5 angles for it, and I'm just trying to find it. So I apologize.
I'm turning the sound off because.
I could play it on my computer. Just didn't know if you knew where I can find it at. The other angle where he gets this, because I know he was disarmed. I'm not denying he got disarmed. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to find exactly.
It's at like the 13-12 second mark.
Is this the one of like the one on the street where like not on the street, but the one on the sidewalk?
It's when he like starts to walk away.
Hold on 1 second. He gets disarmed at 12 seconds. Where are you reading? Where are you watching this one at? Just so I can find it. Is it on a news website? I just want to make sure we're watching the same one. That's all. You there?
Holy shit! It looks so much. Oh my god, bro! It's actually disgusting. Insane work. I can't believe he only got demoted too. This shit is actually disgusting.
We're done with second. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I'm fuck. Oh sorry, say something.
Hold on.
Wait, did I mute my? Oh no, does that mean this was on? Sees him do it. Shoots him. Yeah. So he's bear sprayed. There's what? How many? Let's see. Let's count the number of CP.
Are we watching the same one on New York Times, by the way?
I'm watching one from Reddit. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 officers around him. 4 at the time because that guy was walking away. 4 officers. He's been pepper sprayed. He's been disarmed. And they shoot him. Okay.
So hold on. Let me see.
So how is he immediate bodily threat?
But once again, it's not based off of hindsight. That's what I was explaining. That Graham versus Connor is not based
How
off
would a
of
reasonable
hindsight.
officer here believe that somebody who's been disarmed, pepper sprayed, and has 4 officers around him is an immediate?
Once
bodily
again, the
threat?
officer that originally shot him, I'm trying to find the part where you said he saw him be disarmed, but I can't find that video. Can you tell me which Reddit feed you're reading? Just so I can find it.
Yeah, let me find the angle actually.
So I'm just trying to find the video where he was like disarmed. Because I'm not saying once again wasn't disarmed. He was absolutely disarmed. I'm just trying to find the part of it so I can kind of see where the other guy's head was, the one that shot him originally, was facing when he got disarmed. The only thing that I've conceded to, right, is like at the very end, right? That one officer that keeps shooting, like that keeps shooting him, right? When the gun's not even on his body, it's like across, like it's like 2 feet away from his body. When he's laying down on the ground, the officer's still shooting him. That guy should be fired, right? I can concede to that. But the one that originally shot him, right? I'm trying to see. Hold on. Yeah, so like that's the only thing I can see to like, but at the very beginning though, is like when you hear your fellow officer, somebody you work with on a daily basis, yell gun, 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 right? And he doesn't see that he's disarmed. That's what I'm trying to find because I saw the video. I didn't see him see he was disarmed because from my understanding,
Well,
he got
the thing in court is going to be right. They're going to say, they're going to show the jury. They're going to like show the angle of the video and say, okay, read the officer initial time. Yes. Did you see? What was your head looking towards the general area of the officer who was disarming Petty at the time? Yes.
no, they're going to ask if you saw the
Would a reasonable officer have seen Alex Petty being disarmed? Yes. Okay, and then that's probably
what reasonable. That's not reasonable. Like
That's
how
not
would
reasonable.
how would a reasonable officer see that he's being disarmed?
If you're okay, if your head is in the direction, right? If both your eyes are in the direction and looking, right, or at least in the direction of the person who's currently disarming the suspect, then how is it not reasonable to assume that you saw the person being disarmed?
But once again, you made the claim that he saw him be disarmed and he was looking in the general direction.
Well, I'm saying like in court, right? At least the standard is that a reasonable officer disarmed.
Well, you just said you saw the video. That's what I'm asking. Like, which Reddit page is showing that part? Because I'm trying to find it.
Like it's at the 13-second mark or like 12-second mark usually in most
But
of the
like, what
videos. So we
Reddit
can
page is it though? Because I know there's one across I know there's one across the street where you can see the officer physically disarm him. Because the one where he's on the sidewalk and where he's facing where all the officers' heads are, like the main one that everybody watches. You know, you can't see it from that video, right? But you can see it from the one from across the street. But I'm trying to find the one across the street. That's the one I'm trying to find. If that makes sense.
And this he enters the frame here.
Wait.
He's
I need to mute this so TikTok doesn't ban me. See, as per usual.
And I hate New York Times because in the New York Times video, you can't even see this guy get disarmed. You'd think they would show him being disarmed in the video. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty confident he was disarmed after he before he turned around. Because in the video, if you go to New York Times, like right before the officer shoots him, he turns around, right? And you don't see an officer physically disarm him. And he then hears gun, gun, gun. Alex Buddy's facing towards the ground, right? And with his hands underneath his body, he's already physically resisting. Once again, physically resisting is not automatically death sentence, but based off all these facts, you have an officer that you've worked with on a daily basis yell gun, gun, gun. You're going to think, okay, I'm going to trust my partner and believe that he can cause a threat to myself, my fellow officers, or people around us. So that's probably what he was thinking.
Here, this is kind of the damn moment.
You know where it is?
Wait, is it not going to show? Okay, is that? Okay, can we see this officer?
Yes, I'm trying to specifically see.
You see the guy in a gray jacket. You see his hands right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. He's looking. His head is literally right in the direction, and you see this officer is also looking right there. Okay, so both officers are looking right in the spot. Right, they're both there as a direction where this guy just disarmed. There you go. So that's in a court of law.
That's not when he got disarmed. He got disarmed like 5 seconds before that, if not 7 seconds.
No, it's the guy in the gray jacket who disarms him, right? This guy. You see how he runs away. You see how he starts running away afterwards. Yeah, you can even wait. We just caught it for a second.
Hold on.
Fuck. It's the guy. This guy in the gray jacket is the one who doesn't see it yet. He runs away with the pew pew. And there he goes.
Hold on.
Oh, just announcing them live. Did my live stream end for some reason?
No, you're still here. I'm watching.
No, I'm talking on YouTube. Sorry.
Oh, you're on YouTube?
Yeah, you have 24 people on YouTube watching it.
22 people on YouTube are watching?
24.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Bro, I swear. I can't
we had 40 at some point. I'm not even paying attention to YouTube. Sorry, wait, let me check for donuts. Holy shit.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you can debate on Discord, by the way, y'all. If you're on YouTube, if you want to debate me, let me hop in the stream thing. Actually, it's my mistake.
But yeah, even then again, it's like, okay, I just can't. I can't see him in that video disarming him. So maybe I'm wrong. That's fine. Even if I were to concede to that he's disarming him, even though I can't see, I'll concede just for the sake of the argument. But saying that, hey, when another officer yells gun, 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 at that point, and another reasonable officer is going to believe, okay, he might possibly have a second gun. Like, it's pretty simple. He's still actively resisting the federal officers. But the good news is, regardless if either I'm right or you're right or whoever's wrong here in the situation is going to go through court, and then the jury and the judge is going to decide on if they're guilty or not. So,
And would a reasonable officer, after seeing somebody disarmed, hearing the word gun, automatically assume that the suspect has another pew?
it just
Probably
depends
not.
on the situation.
No.
It depends. Look, I'll say this: it depends on the situation, and I'll tell you why, Scratch.
Nope.
On December 25th, night shift, in Memphis, Tennessee. You can look this up. There was a man that was shot in the head, and the National Guard were the ones that detained this guy. You can look this up. It was actually me and a couple other dudes. He actually had two guns on him. He had two. One was a rifle, and the other one was a pistol. It was actually it wasn't a rifle. It was technically a AR style pistol, because it was technically under the law definition of pistol. But even then, right? He had two guns. The argument to say, okay, he was disarmed once, and then another officer yells, gun, gun, gun. Okay, I'm not going to assume the other guy might have a second gun. That's not always the case. Like, you can't argue that you don't know what his mind process was in that situation. You've got everybody getting in your way while you're trying to conduct a federal investigation. You're ordering them to get out of the street, which just wouldn't have even happened in the first place if they actually followed lawful commands, because they weren't following lawful commands this whole time. They didn't get out of the street. He got in the federal
Well,
officer's face.
I'm gonna disagree that those were lawful commands. I don't think they were.
Define a lawful command.
Wouldn't a lawful command meaning in this case that these people were actually like impeding the investigation ICE officers?
Yeah,
The
and
context.
at that point,
Yeah, and I disagree. Them staying in the street wasn't impeding. Right, the women were like what, whistling at the officers, and the guy was just like behind them filming in the street. Like, I don't. How were they impeding CBP at that point? Sorry, nice.
I'm honestly, I can't argue whether or not like what they were doing, like how they were needed the road space to conduct their investigation. That's not me for me to interpret. That's for them to interpret why they say they needed it. And if they don't give a good argument, I can concede to this. Like, right? I mean, at the end of the day, there are bad officers, regardless of what like agency you work for, including police officers, ICE agents, border patrol. You know,
I agree, which is why my
military
main point is
police.
about constitutional violations being a policy, and not like just pointing to Alex Preddy and saying therefore get rid of ICE. So that's my main argument.
But you're saying we should get rid of ICE because of this situation?
No, I'm saying we should get rid of ICE because there's policy for them to break civil rights like the 6th and 5th and 4th Amendment.
Once again, they can't. It's been overturned.
Do you think just because some courts tell them to stop doing it means they're gonna stop doing it?
Do I think that there are going to be some officers that don't follow the law? Yes, but do I think most officers will follow the law?
Here's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Right? We had AIDS Advocacy Coalition v. the State Department, and they issued preliminary injunction, and they told the State Department to like at least give back the money that they had paid for initially, and guess what happened? They didn't. So, we had Melita VDHS themselves. They didn't follow the preliminary injunction. They kept doing it. That was one of the things the plaintiffs were saying. They weren't even following it. That's actually the other example. Yeah. So I like the Trump administration already has like there's been refusals to follow lower courts orders, TROs, preliminary injunctions, that kind of stuff. So it's like not insane. But even if they did stop, right, still that
Do
they
you
tried to
think
do it.
that all legal immigrants have the right to the same due process American citizens have?
No, obviously not. Right?
Okay, cool.
They have the due process that's assigned to them under the INA for however they're being deported.
Okay, cool. At least we can agree to that. So obviously, some people think that they have the right to a public attorney, which they don't.
Well, they have the rights
a child
they have the
does.
rights to buy counsel.
Yeah, they have the right to buy counsel, but not a public attorney. If I misspoke, I apologize. I meant
No,
to
you
say
didn't.
public.
I just more for the audience than you. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, like there's some people thinking that they can't, that they have the right to a public attorney, and all these other things, and thinking like, well, we shouldn't separate their family. That's against the Constitution. No, it's not. If I break the law by doing a DUI with my child in the car, I'm going to be separated from my child as well for breaking the law. So at least you and I can disagree on a lot of things. I do respect that though that you're not, and you at least are educated enough on a lot of things that you say. So I do appreciate that. But I'm gonna get off here. I got work and fuck 8 hours.
Bro, that
Sorry.
was insane. That was insane, bro. Holy shit. Insane
Dude,
work. Insane work.
I'm gonna follow you. I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of enjoy debating you more than your brother. I don't know if you take that like as a compliment or offensive or
Huh?
shit.
Well,
I
my
take that
brother
as a
is
compliment.
either very passive and very nice, or he's extremely aggressive. So I'm
No,
guessing. I'm
honestly,
guessing he's
your
extremely
brother,
aggressive.
your brother is really nice to me. Don't get me wrong. Like he and I debated when I hosted lives, but like I don't know. I feel like sometimes we just went. I think sometimes the really big issue is like you and I, even though we disagree on a lot of things we were talking about, we didn't like shift the goalposts way too much. If you get what I'm saying. I don't think you. I think you can agree. I didn't shift the goalposts. Like I think I can agree that you did it. But I feel like your brother just does that a little bit. To be honest, that's kind of like my opinion. Sometimes it just depends on the night. But overall, your brother is a good debater. I just think you're probably a better debater.
Holy shit. Oh
Not trying
no! Gringy, you're getting called out, bro. You're bad. He is lower in the tier lists that we make, so. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Who's on the lower? Me?
No, you're not on tier list, bro. We have tier lists in our Discord. He's lower in the tier list. Okay.
Would I beat that guy?
Beat who?
Would I beat that guy a little bit? Like, would you think I'm better than him on the tier list if I were to be on the tier list?
No, bro. No, I'm sorry. You'd
You don't
probably
think so? Based off of one debate?
You'd probably be in like, let's see. Let me look at our last tier list, because you're definitely better than like some people.
I mean, at least I taught you something today. You didn't know what Graham versus Connor was.
That is true. You did bring up. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that in mind.
And by the way, something else also that I did forget to mention till just now, Barnes versus Felix was an addition to the Graham versus Connor case. It goes more in depth on what objective reasonableness is.
I keep forgetting. We changed the profile pic. We changed the image for the Discord server to Chung-Lee Scott Tao. For cringy. Chung-Lee Scott Tao was ripped out of his house, half naked, in front of his children, without a judicial warrant.
What the fuck? Open up. You only have 83 members? That's crazy. What is this shit?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to find the last debate tier list. Holy shit, it's in like April. Have to scroll back.
Oh, 16 plus is crazy. I can't do 16 plus. Do people have do people have tags for like underage? Like, do you have tags for people that are underage?
No, I'm too lazy, but I'm gonna do that at some point here.
That'd be a good idea.
Just people.
No, I do not want. No, I'm saying that's the point. Well, actually, that might make it worse. That might make it easier for a groomer to groom somebody, knowing like what role they have. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, you'd probably be like, holy shit, bro. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, this is a bad tier list, but it's like April. Based on this one, you'd probably be like a D tier.
A D is crazy. Pause.
You'd be top of D tier though. Okay. Well, just to be clear, the person right above you is like a law student in the D plus tier. So that's kind of the standard, right?
I mean, being a law student doesn't make you like really good at debating.
He's a Jewish law student.
Oh shit.
Yeah, kind of fucked on that one, buddy. Sorry.
We got law students. What's up?
Is this him?
Do you disagree?
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. I fucking hate immigration.
Bro, you agree with our prompt? Holy shit, you agree? Mega doesn't like immigration.
I don't know. I'm a
He
little
does
bit.
not. He does not like immigration. Not MAGA. He does not like immigration.
Can I tell
I
you
don't.
my
I don't. I
plight?
don't mind immigration as long as it's legal.
Can I tell you my torts, Mister?
Well,
You know,
problem is like right. Donald Trump does all these policies to restrict legal immigration, and MAGA supports it. So, I think this is because I had who the fuck who was it who was up here? It was like it was the Connor guy. It took me a while to get past the cognitive dissonance. Right, it's very bad. In MAGA where they have
yeah,
this like
these words are too big for me because I'm drunk. But I'm
okay. Well, have a
trying.
good day,
I'm
bro.
trying
Yeah, you gotta
cognitive.
go.
Anyways, right? Like they'll be like, oh yeah, I just don't like. It's way simpler for them to say, oh, I don't like people because they're here illegally. It's like, okay, really? Is that the only reason? Like, oh no, they also like take jobs from Americans. It's like, wait, wouldn't legal immigrants do that more because they tend to be in labor pools of
Like
Americans
the
more? And they'd
only
be like,
illegal.
oh no, but but they're not illegal. And it's like, yeah, but your argument doesn't also apply to legal
I'm not
immigrants.
gonna lie. I'm a little bit of a hypocrite, and I'll tell you why I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. Because my girlfriend is Hispanic, and her family's from Mexico,
Ah,
and
they're legal immigrants, aren't they? Aren't they? Aren't they?
a lot of them are. I can't cap.
Look, bro, look, you're helping America, okay? You're
Listen,
building America. Let's go.
but like, bro, the other day, I'm not gonna cap. So like Sunday night, right? I go to her brother's graduation party because he just graduated high school, and this is like a fucking late ass fucking Mexican party. Like you're there till 3 o'clock in the
I was just like, this is
morning.
one of those good ones. Yeah.
Dude, like you're eating fucking you're eating tacos that cooked on the flat top with fucking drinking Modelo's, like that type of Mexican
Mhm.
party. And dude, like when I tell you, man, like I had to use Google Translate so much that night. I got so drunk I started speaking their language.
Did you enjoy it?
No, dude, I've been dating her for a little while now.
See,
So.
bro. Okay. Love is ultimately which breaks cultural barriers. Okay. We're gonna be eventually we'll all become beautiful olive-skinned peoples here in America. Okay.
Honestly, I don't really
We'll
care
see.
about the whole I don't really care about the whole immigration as much, to be honest with you. I guess I voted for Trump because I'm really big into military, and truly, I would rather have Trump as my commander in chief than Kamala. Um, I don't know, and that's because the administration he's added, like Pete Hegseth and all these other people that are controlling, like policies in the army and other branches of the military. Like for example, women. Would you agree now that, like for example, it's a good thing women have the same standard when it comes to PT scores when they if you have the combat MOS role?
That's chill. Yeah.
I think that should be honestly that should be mandatory regardless of MOS. I mean, I think that there might be MOSs you can do that don't require to be in a PT setting where like it's for example like computer analytics or something like that. But like overall, most jobs require like a lot of physical strength in the military. But another thing is also uh, what else did he change in the fucking what else did he change? I can't remember off the top of my head.
You want to debate on YouTube? You need to join the Discord.
Let's see. Hold on 1 second.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Why does every single right winger in my Discord feel the need to just spam AI to debate? Guys, stop, please. I swear, please don't do it.
I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I
Oh
don't
no.
necessarily use AI like as a source. What I do is I read what it says, I search it up to see if it's factual, and if I have like sources to back up the claim of what ChatGPT says, then I can make that claim.
That's
It just
fine.
depends. Like it depends on the situation, right? Like for example, I looked up what military policies have changed. Like for example, fitness, grooming, and readiness standards have changed. That is a fact. I know that, right? Because I'm in the military. but I know that as a fact because you have body composition that's been changed. You have a stricter body composition test, a stronger fitness test, and appearance changers like standards. Like for example, you can't have super long hair like you used to be able to have, even if it's not hitting the ears.
Yeah, bro.
You can't have a beard and stuff like that. But
I
like
couldn't have this.
those are
I couldn't have this hair even though it's not in the ears.
yeah, you couldn't have that hair. Even if even bro, you
Cut
have
it
to
off. That
Yeah,
disgusting fro.
you don't have to be bald, but
Blackie.
like okay, all right.
Okay, that's what Hex has to say to me. No, that's what Stephen Miller would say to me. Okay, not he would come visit base. He'd see me. He'd be like, "Where's my army?"
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cool seeing Pete Hegseth though. Meeting him back in early this year. When he came down to Memphis. You remember when Trump went to Memphis?
No, I don't remember that.
So he went to Memphis for the Safe Task Force that he implemented in the city of Memphis. I don't know if you know this, but you know that like obviously Memphis is like it used to be one of the most dangerous cities in the United States before like last year, the end of last year. You know that, right?
No, did not know that.
Yeah, like Memphis was like top 3, if not top 2. I honestly used to think it was top 1. I can't remember if it was top 1 or not. But violent crime, and crime overall has gone down over 45% since last November because of the Safe Task Force. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it was cool meeting him for sure. That was kind of dope.
Crime's been going down since the '90s, except during COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't disagree. Crime's
Sure.
been going down for like the last 50 years, right? But like you have to look at it like from like Memphis point of view specifically, because Memphis itself, crime hasn't been going down; it's been keeping steady. That's why I'm like going down 47%. We can't make the claim that like the task
So what
force
did
has
the
no.
Safe Tax for to just kick out all the hoodlums?
No, it's not even that. I mean, you're talking about having Homeland Security down there, TBI, which is Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, FBI, the National Guard, Army National Guard, a lot more state troopers from like east and middle Tennessee coming to West Tennessee and Memphis. What other fucking organizations were down there? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm forgetting. There's another one. Fuck. But I mean, you're talking about like a lot of alphabetic groups out there. I mean, you're talking about having so many fucking organizations out there where like a response to a call is in less than 5 minutes, if not like shorter than that, like 3 minutes. Like that's how quick like responses were. So, like for example, like when I was mentioning a thing on Christmas Day, when I worked Christmas night, that was a pretty fucking big deal. Like we were there so fucking quick and we fucking found the dude and we fucking detained him. That was fucking big. We called a PDF in the act actually, which is kind of crazy.
Damn,
What
bro.
else? Yeah,
Bro they had the Roblox task force out.
that's
Insane.
wild. That's crazy.
Insane.
But
bro.
no, in all seriousness, man, like I mean, and people like are like, well, how can you prove the task force is like at all like the influence on why crime has gone down 47%? Crime in no city goes down 47% like that. Like, there's no evidence to prove that like the crime was going to go down 47% without this task force. Now, can I agree that like after everybody leaves is going to go back to the way it was? Probably, because fixing it in the short term is not going to fix it overall. But like it's a way to patch the wound while we try to figure out a way to fix it. Because we have another 2 years to figure out how to fix it. 2.5 years to learn how to fix it. So
Interesting.
okay. All right. But
Okay,
yeah.
little bro. All right. I see what's happening here.
Are you reading like the YouTube comments or something?
No, I'm playing Roblox games.
Oh, okay.
I'm not grooming children.
Whoa! Why did you have to even say that? I wasn't even going to mention that, bro. What are you?
Actually,
wild.
that's been a common accusation for some reason. That's been especially like I'll go on like the old conservative lives, like 50 plus, and they don't know anything about like games.
I mean, in their defense, like Roblox has been found to like allow PDF activity.
Yeah, but they'll be like, wait. I'm like, by the way, like I think I'm 19.
I'm not saying you're a PDF.
I'm 19, and they're like, wait, you play Roblox?
Well, you can be a PDF.
So you're to be clear, you're on a platform which has child grooming on it, and you're playing their game. So you're basically you're supporting it. It's like that's not how Roblox works, bro. Right? It's individual games. Okay. You don't even give money. It's a free to play.
What's your favorite one? What's your favorite one? Mine is probably
Airship
like,
Assault, probably.
bro, mine is like the OG, which is Prison Escape. That's like my OG favorite. Please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
Oh no.
You don't?
No, I just died. Prison Escape?
Yeah.
I think I might know what that is.
It's a fire fucking game, bro. I'm telling you.
What's so good about it?
Bro, it's just like, hold on, give me 2 seconds. 87,000 to 98,700. Hold on 1 second. I just like it, man. It's just fun, I guess. I don't fucking know. I guess it's just fun. Fuck. I don't know.
I guess it's just fun.
It's just fun. I'm telling you, it's just fun. I don't know what else to say.
Oh no, I'm getting eaten. I'm playing like a rip off of like the .io thing.
Excuse me.
Oh no. YouTube chat, stay engaged. Okay. This is peak. Hello, white girl just donated. Wait, what? When? Where? I don't see. Where'd you donate, bro? I don't see top fans. Let me look. Not gonna lie, bro. I'm not seeing it. Okay. I appreciate the support, though. I guess maybe it's just not showing up. He only brushes their hair. He only brushes his hair. Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah, I'm good with a priest.
Holy shit.
With an actually positive brain cell. What? Oh, I'm good with a president with an actually positive brain cell count. Haters gonna hate. Comparing himself to Jesus. Blasphemy. Truth nuke. Truth grenade.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you do me a favor? Lock the fuck in. I'm gambling. I got 2 golds. This could hit $2,500 max win. On God. Wait, is that what I think it is? That's 130 plus 76. The jackpot's so far.
Bro, you're not advertising this shit on my platform, okay?
Oh shit, my fault. We're TikTok friendly.
This is okay. I think yeah. Oh my god, yeah, you can get banned for that. I forgot about that shit.
You
right?
can or
Can't
can't?
you? You can.
Oh,
I remember.
I didn't know. My fault. I forgot. It's been a while.
No, it's fine. I forgot that was even a rule.
By the way, I did win. By the way, so it was $5, and I won $26.69.
Bro was on rain bet. Bro was really locked in on rain bet.
I'm playing pack draw. You ever heard of it? It's like hype drop. If you know what I'm talking about.
Press W to feed / eject mass. What?
Do you know what I'm talking about, Daddy? I mean,
what? Holy shit, bro.
Who said that, bro? What the fuck?
Insane work.
Bro, I swear to God, that was not me. Somebody like hacked my phone for like 3 seconds and said some crazy shit. I swear on my mom's life.
On your mama's life.
I swear.
I swear it wasn't me.
White girl just done it. All right, I'm gonna dip off here, bro. Have a good night.
Have a night, bro. Oh no! Loco! Abort! You guys can't even see the game playing. What the fuck are you doing? YouTube chat, I'm not even saying anything. Y'all should unironically leave, okay? This is the most boring live I've ever done. Why the fuck are you doing? Sent flow 200 joules. Hello, white girl. Okay, never again. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Thank you for the jewels. I appreciate it, white girl, okay? I love you. But not like that, okay? Because I have a girlfriend who's white, okay? That's my #1 white girl, okay? You can be like my side piece, white girl. Thank you for the reparations, though. I appreciate it. If you want to debate, You can join the Discord, and you can join the Call and Disagreeers channel, and I'll drag it out, and we can debate. It's the only way. The Discord is in my bio. You have to go to that to join the Discord. I haven't seen anybody join the Discord today. Actually, no, I saw one person. There's one person who joined. Said hi. Cool, bro. Wow. Really getting highbrow intellectual here. Best POTUS ever. This guy might be a genius, okay? This guy might be a genius. This guy might be breaking new ground here, okay? This dude. Oh my god, bro, I'm actually so dumb. Okay, let me do this. Wi-Fi. Mobile hotspot. Bro, mobile hotspot fucking... There we are. Audio relay. Okay, great, guys. Guys, we're setting it up. We're gonna get some debates here. Don't leave!
Okay.
Okay, you guys should be able to hear that. Okay, I'm not getting any debates in the Discord because you fuckers are too scared to debate me. Cringy got 1 second. What is it?
Oh, well then, if I only have 1 second, I'm just gonna leave.
What do you want? What do you want to say?
I wanted you to watch this live stream with me.
Which live stream?
Bro, Danielle's, bro. Dude. It's so... Bro, okay, wait. It's so crazy, one, how bad all these people are debating, but the second thing that's crazy is, they were saying they bomb... One of the conservatives asked, they bomb school children in Iran, and then nobody answered to that question. They just moved on. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. They definitionally bomb school children. They got sniped with a Tomahawk missile. Like, what do we... Yes, we bomb school children. What? What are we... There's no negotiation. It's just factually true.
Wait, we bombed school children in Iran? No, nah, fam. We'd never do that, okay? It's the U.S. we're talking about here. We're the good guys. Something like that, right?
Bro, and like, it's so funny because the conservatives on the panel will just be like, or the pro Iran war people will just say something. Are just saying like, we're getting closer every single day to regime change, and none of the liberals will ask for fucking like evidence to back it up. They're like, hey, can you like prove that claim for me? Nobody asked that question. Just ask them to prove the claim.
Wait, actually, let me go with camera.
Civilization, civil bitch.
My camera has a lot of noise in it right now. I don't know why that is. I can like see it on my... I might be a little... Okay, let's try. Let's fix my camera real quick, y'all, okay? Usually that means upping the contrast, upping... Probably lower, up the brighting. I can like see the noise. It's very annoying. It's probably probably need this light too. I'm not gonna lie. If I look sweaty, I am, guys. Okay, it's very hot right now where I am. Does this like look good? Yeah, it does.
Wait, Mideast is one of like one of the worst debaters in that circle, actually.
Yeah, he's not a good debater. I don't.
Well, there's a reason he only debates other retards, right?
Yeah.
Like, do any of these people understand, like, how to ask questions? Like, okay, so if the conservative makes a claim that every single day we're getting closer to regime change, ask them, can you prove that for me, please?
Source, please.
Are you watching it live right now, or?
Not yet. I'm just trying to make my camera look better. I'm trying to get rid of the noise. I don't know why it has a lot of it.
Right? Like, we don't just, like, let them get away with making whatever fucking random ass clip we...
Oh, definitely don't turn that shit off. I don't think I'm getting it much better than this. I think my reality is that my mic, my video are the best they are right now. Unless I could get like somehow. It's probably not noticeable in the YouTube live. I kind of doubt it is. I do wonder how the camera quality looks in the YouTube live. Oh, why does the camera quality suck when it's imported to YouTube? What the fuck? Oh, wait, okay, it was just loading. Oh, it looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Everything's just desaturated on YouTube. Anyways, let's try. I'm gonna try and debate. Let's see.
I hit him. I was like,
Once again, you're just.
I'll tell you, I'm the type person, when I know what I know, I don't sit there.
Holy shit, bro. All these lives are terrible. You guys can't see them on screen. All these lives are terrible. It's actual slop.
Yep.
So. Oh no.
If you like our friend Erica, it's Erica_Shante.
Elite accountable. Is participating in a controlled release by the government, like, is that really like exhausting?
Whatever. It's liberal, leftist slop.
Their bonds.
Chunky.
Hold on.
I don't care if he was.
Is mental illness. Oh yeah, let's
guys,
one chat if you want a transgender debate. Holy shit. Yeah, totally.
it's leading to something.
Poacher, I have a question. Do you
Wait, Elliot,
like,
what?
Everybody wants that shit.
Images, it's a picture of you.
At times.
Oh, he was 100%. Especially when he went to the Raiders, dude, he was like, dude, everyone wanted him.
Yep.
When he left.
Wait, let's see. I'm gonna get kicked off this live. I know. I didn't know it.
And then they all realized, oh wow, he's a fucking total head case.
Bro, why are you talking about the etymology of
And
retard right
kind
now?
of
What
a
are
bitch
we
move,
doing?
like putting that recording out from his coach.
Who's doing that?
That was definitely
In Danielle's live, they're talking about the etymology of retards. How this
That's
relates back
messed
to
up,
Iran.
bro.
I have no fucking clue how they
Oh
got
my
here.
god, bro.
Now John
Okay,
Gruner's
yeah,
trying to
because
get back
I'm
stuff
doing.
by doing that
See ya.
QB coach thing.
Well, he's suing he's still suing the NFL.
I think so.
He's gonna win, dude. He's gonna win. Like that was screwed up what they did to him.
Yep.
Yeah, that was screwed up. I mean, I don't know, but yeah,
You want to argue with Scratch today, Hoff?
My God. He's been hoping to get into debates There was another live where him and his brother were trying to ask to get in, and they said that there was no black representation. And so I made the comment that we gerrymandered to have only the smartest of people up, except for one, because Tapley was up there.
Wait, bro, did you not see my response to that?
I'm sure you did respond, but I didn't pay much attention.
I said that only works if you have an IQ at least one standard deviation to the left of the bell curve. Okay. You see my
Come on,
response to that?
come on. Scratch, my dude. Come on, bro. You can't represent us with the IRGC flag. We're both liberals, but we don't.
Whoa, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Because, well, no, I still Scratch. I follow one of your accounts, and one of your accounts follows me, but I didn't know you had the IRGC flag.
Wait, you don't support the Islamic Republic of Iran?
No.
What?
You understand? I'm
okay,
Persian.
I'm sorry. You're an infidel, bro. You're an infidel. I'm sorry.
My grandpa came from Iran before the
I leave for
IRGC.
20 minutes and I come back and fucking Mickey Mouse is up here.
Holy shit! It's a person who wants to literally fight me in real life because they were so scared to debate me online. No shot, dude.
Understand?
Wait, isn't this the motherfucker who? Wait, Enzo, aren't you the person who ran from debating me after agreeing to do it, and then this excuse that I had to do it in real life, and you would fight me afterwards and do a sparring match? Insane work, by the way.
Are you just gonna whine up here?
Insane work. I'm not whining, okay? I'm just stating facts. That's true. All that happened.
Anyway, can we talk about Max and everybody else?
Okay.
I don't engage with Mickey Mouse.
Holy shit! What a great. Say the insult one more time and maybe it'll be funny, okay, Enzo? Got it.
Do I think you're funny?
Holy shit, not tracking either. It was Enzo, bro.
I literally respond to Enzo. Maybe you open your fucking ears.
Okay. Nah, you're talking about me.
Max, how's the other side living?
Listening to women is hard for you, I guess.
I mean, look, man, I'm just in a rock and a hard place, Enzo, man. Because you understand, like I don't like this IRGC flag stuff.
Dude, that's your
don't get me wrong,
side, bro. They love the IRGC. They love
that's who represents your side.
I know if we got in arguments about it, you guys might get mad at me. But there's like if we were to talk about I think if we were to talk about some of the ICE stuff, right? Like I'm not saying like, oh man, I shouldn't be allowed to enforce the law, but like for example, right? Like there are things that ICE has done that like I don't like as well. You know, like there are things that like or like things with RFK. Right, like there's things about RFK that I objectively don't like.
100%.
Oh yeah, just to be clear, this account, this is my second troll account. I don't actually support the IRGC, right? We know that.
Sure you do.
We know that, right?
But I mean,
facts say otherwise.
Me and Tuckle have like robust debates about stuff. So I mean, I think,
true. My robust debates with Tucko, true.
No, well, typically you annoy me, and I don't want you anymore because your voice is
a little bad. Yeah, so basically, I blow a literal lawyer. I blow Tucko's back out in a debate, and then he gets mad, and then he drops me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I would pay money to see that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
I'm just not a fan of the IRGC flag. That's
he could. Never mind.
Well, wait, and to be clear, this is the flag of the Islamic Republic of Iran, not the IRGC, okay? To be clear.
I was blowing out dudes' backs,
hey, Scratch, can't hear you when you mumble.
Did I mumble there?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was very clear what I said. This is the flag of the Islamic Republic of Iran, not the IRGC, okay?
And don't get me wrong, this is where Enzo and Tucko might get mad at me. I think Trump is an objectively bad person, but I think the Ayatollah is objectively worse.
No,
person.
I think he's a bad person as well. I don't care about his character as a person. That's not what he's up there for. He's not there to be some shining light of a character. I mean, he's up there to do a job that has his office has specific responsibilities. I don't care how nice or how mean he is. It's irrelevant to me.
It is pretty awesome though, and I know people take this for granted, but it is pretty awesome that we are the longest constitution in force, though.
Of course it matters how nice or mean the president is. Of course that matters, right? That's looks bad in our country. That's not perspective, okay, right? We obviously the bully pulpit exists. Being able to like wrangle legislation in Congress is definitely important.
Again, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with his constitutional power, so no, it doesn't matter to me.
Of course that matters.
I would prefer
a president who can obey the law. You want a president who can operate with Congress, yeah. Huh?
I would prefer someone be very mean and obey the law than be nice and violate my rights.
Wait, you don't want a president who can work with Congress to get legislation passed?
Congress can't work with
Where
them
did I
fucking
say
thugs.
that?
Are you
At what
fucking
point did I say
serious?
that?
You said that you don't,
At what
because
point?
my entire point that I made was about the bully pulpit, about the fact that the president, in one of our jobs, is to like have a decent perception of Congress, right? Not say like outrageous things that might detract from
You were
him being
arguing
able to work with
something that I
Congress.
wasn't even talking about. Yeah, you were
That's
arguing
what
something I
I
wasn't even
literally
talking
said.
about.
You said I don't care if the president's mean or
No,
nice,
I
and I
don't
was
know.
talking about.
No, I was talking. I was talking to Max that I don't care how mean or nice the president is. I could care
Yes,
less.
and I said it's important
to
how mean or nice the president is in the context of him working with Congress, in the context of his foreign policy.
The current Congress would not work with the current president regardless. It doesn't matter.
So what's your evidence
it's
for
irrelevant.
that?
My evidence for that is they don't even work with him to get people paid.
Did the majority of Democrats not support the Lincoln Riley bill?
I'm not. Where would Lincoln Riley bill have to do with someone getting paid?
You said that they weren't willing to work with him, but that was literally
you're talking about something that I didn't even mention. You're talking about something
I mentioned it as
I said
I mentioned. Do you know what a counterfactual? Wait, Taco, do you know what a counterfactual is?
No, pause. No.
Do you know what a counterfactual is? Holy tracking error!
You asked for.
You're actually so dumb. Holy shit!
You asked for an example. You asked for an example of. You said, "What's the evidence for that?" I said, "Well, they won't even work with him to get people paid." And you started talking about Lincoln Riley, so I'm not really sure what the fuck you're.
Yeah, do you know what a counterfactual is? You said they're not willing to work with him, and then I pointed out a bill where they're willing to work with him.
Yes, they're not willing to work with him because
so that's why I pointed out a bill where they're willing to work with him as a counterfactual.
You had the longest shutdown in U.S. history.
What do you think a counterfactual is?
Because
factual is.
Because they wanted to control the executive.
Holy shit!
What?
He got a harassment and bullying.
Oh no!
There you go.
When there was a fairly long shutdown under Obama.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, a scratch counterfactual. Just okay. That's a nicer way of saying pivot.
Oh my god, he's so retarded!
Honestly.
So retarded.
Is it gone already? Damn.
Holy shit, bro! He doesn't even know what a counterfactual.
I mean, you got a 10-minute violation. It's not on me, Scratch.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what's your evidence of that? And I talk about not being able to get people paid. And he's like, well,
holy shit, what a retard. Trump. So dumb. No, it's a pivot. No, it isn't. If you're saying that Congress isn't willing to work with the president, right? And bring an example, and I say, okay, well, here's a bill where they were able to. It's a counterfactual because it proves there are times when they're willing to work with the president, right? It necessarily just proves a claim. If I say, this person never drinks water, and I point to yesterday when they didn't drink any water, and then somebody else says, well, how about a week ago when they did drink water, then my claim that they never drink water would be incorrect. That would be a proper counterfactual. It's not a pivot. It directly disproves the claim that they said. What a retard. Holy shit, dude. Like, these people are actually so dumb. The host is way more mature than he looks. Holy shit, bro. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate the I appreciate the compliments.
Ever do anything or have a single success beyond getting elected to a higher office. That's it.
Notice how he's not responding to me, by the way, in the comments. Okay? Look. Nice coat, though. Nice coat. Who is it?
Do you think Trump is a super successful president, Tucko?
Successful president?
Yeah.
We're talking about pre-office work.
Pre-office.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at least that guy ran a business and he did change the New York skyline.
Yeah.
I mean, what did she do? She lived off of government her entire life. She was on the public tee her entire life.
Like Bernie. He wanted Bernie Sanders, and that's all he ever did.
Exactly.
I mean, she had some. I'd have to go through her entire law record. I mean, she definitely did some things that weren't good. Like I know with keeping people in jail. Like I know that was
not releasing Brady material. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
But I know she also tried to do the stuff with like the Back on Track, and I thought she did go after certain transnational gangs as well.
She tried to jail. Yeah, I mean, she tried to jail people for truancy, jail parents.
No, that part. Yeah, I don't agree with that part.
Like,
but
she's been an epic failure at everything she's touched. I mean, everything. I can't think of a single thing she did with any credibility. When she was the border star, I haven't been.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought some of her like tie-breaking votes on some things, were decent. I mean, I guess it all depends if we like the legislation or not, though. So maybe even if she's
the tiebreaker, she's going to do whatever the president says. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm unburdened by what has been. Like no, she was a fucking clown.
Let's get back
I mean,
into
that's
this.
I mean, there are
The
far
multiple
more
streams,
people
yeah,
who
I'm
sit
debating
on the
him to
Democratic
other shit,
side who would have been better.
actually.
But the reality is, and what's funny is that Democrats had her shoved down their fucking throat. They didn't have a vote. They didn't have a choice, and they just stood for that. Like,
They took
I
away
think
the
it was
democratic process, which is kind of fucked up.
huh?
They took away their democratic process, which is kind of fucked
Oh yeah.
up.
Well, you know why they did it, right?
Oh no, bro! Please.
You know why they
respond
did
to the
that? Why they did it that
please.
way?
Max.
Because it
Tucker's
came down to
actually,
campaign
like,
contributions.
I've never met
so
somebody
if
as
in
retarded as
fact
Tucker.
they would have
Apparently he's a lawyer too.
had someone else who was on the
Honestly,
ticket,
it's just embarrassing.
all the donations that went
Which is
for the
embarrassing.
Biden-Harris campaign, they all would have been had to return to the donors. But so by leaving her on the ticket, they could keep that money. That was the only reason why. That was it.
But I also feel like, right, like with like primaries, I mean, don't get me wrong, they should have, like, I'm not saying primaries aren't a bad thing, but there were times in this country's history where parties would just choose their candidates, though, and didn't even have primaries. Like, that has happened.
Yeah, no. No, 100%.
A primary isn't like an official, it's not really an official, like, proceeding, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
No, but it's for, no,
I'm not
but
saying
it's,
they're.
yeah,
Oh
no,
my
but I'm talking
God,
about it's
let me
within the
back up,
party,
y'all.
and that's
What
what's
are we
and
doing?
that's the best standard common practice. That's what's gone on for a while.
Yeah.
And the fact that they wanted to avoid that process because they're afraid donors wouldn't re-gift the money to the new party, that's just fucking cowardly as shit.
I mean, they'll definitely have a primary, I guess, in 2028 for sure. It was hard. Like, I'll like another thing, right? Like, so for governor, like in my state, Maryland, right? Like, yeah, I don't think Wes Moore's the greatest governor, but like when he went against like Dan Cox, even Hogan didn't endorse Wes Moore, but Hogan was even like, that guy Dan Cox is like an extremist. If you read about like that guy Dan Cox promoted like so many theories that like just were like false, whether it was like vaccines or the elections.
I got a violation.
Like,
for
I mean, he wanted to even let like animal abusers out of jail. Like the guy, he had like crazy policies about like abortion. Like the guy was a fucking nut job. Like I wasn't gonna vote for that psychopath. You know what I mean? To be my governor, like. You know, he's a crazy he's a crazy I would say like extremist kind of lawyer type of guy. You know, I was like, yeah, Wes Moore is not perfect, but I'll take him over Dan Cox. Yeah, I couldn't vote for Dan Cox. Even like I was saying, even when like Larry Hogan, who actually was a decent governor, a Republican, is saying this guy's a fucking nut job, like that should tell you that, like, you know what I mean? Like I think Hogan, I think Hogan's a decent guy, but like nowadays are kind of like are also like Looney Tunes. Not all of them, but like even like Laura Loomer too. Like she's kind of a Looney Tune as well. You know what I mean? Like.
I don't think Laura Loomer is a Looney Tune. I think she just Magic Candace's
I mean,
I know.
The stuff she said about like alligators, like eating people, like her tweet, like I could pull that up. Like it was pretty lunatic as well.
Guys,
guys,
you can't. Gotta let me up sooner, okay? I'm live on YouTube to like what? How many people? 30 people almost at the moment, okay? I got
Oh my God, 30 people!
I know, 30 whole people. 30 whole people, okay, guys? We got people to please.
Yeah, I should do that. I mean, I actually need to gain some more followings back on.
What's with the DNC power bottoms and streaming on YouTube that they get dog walked?
What's with the DNC power bottoms against streaming YouTube, bro? Okay.
I know because Mojo did.
Dude. I get it. Okay. You've tried to slide in my DMs like 5 times. Okay.
Other audience.
Look up. Calm down.
I'm very calm. It's fucking 1 a.m. I'm laying in bed.
Calm down. You seem very mad. Okay? You seem sexually frustrated. Okay, bro.
You want to cuddle, Scratch?
You want to, apparently. Okay. I wasn't talking about that shit.
Frustration down on you.
Look, it's kind of a wild thing to say, bro. Okay.
No, I was
That's fine.
You didn't have to do that.
Kind of crazy.
I mean, you want to act like a bitch? I'll treat you like one.
Whoa. What's your semantic reduction of bitch, real quick? Can you define?
You. Nah, I'm gonna play nice. I apologize, Scratch.
Thank you, bro. Okay, I was very offended when he called me a bitch. Okay, I was crying.
His little boy group over on YouTube is in the comments right now. See, Enzo's apologizing to Scratch. Enzo's always wrong.
I think and with RFK, right? Like I understand like with the C-19 shot, because I didn't get the I didn't get the C-19 shot. I understand like, you know, maybe they pushed that a little too extra and too hard. But then when you have like RFK saying like
people lost their jobs over it.
No, yeah, like I'll own that.
No, we're not talking extra. We're talking people lost their jobs over it.
Well, yeah, I
people
mean, didn't the
removed
Supreme
from
Court
military
eventually
service.
didn't
You
the
had
Supreme Court?
no, but you don't understand. Like, even though the Supreme Court ruled that they couldn't use OSHA to do that, people still lost their jobs. Law enforcement officers lost their jobs. Firemen who lost their jobs. Firemen and cops who had already had COVID multiple times.
Gave service member dishonorable discharges and then had to run them back because they were wrong in doing so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of that.
So I'm more concerned about that type of overreach than I am someone's mouth.
How's that overreach?
Well, I mean, RFK has
How is
definitely
that
fired
overreach?
a lot of like.
Because you're removing my consent to put something inside my body that I will have when I'm working or not. That's why.
If you work a certain job and the employer mandates that you do that, you can just always quit the job. Okay, you don't have to stay there. Right? The employer requires you to come in every day wearing a shirt. Okay, if you don't want to do that, go somewhere else.
But the difference is the difference is, Scratch, is that I can remove the shirt or take the shirt on and off. Once you insert a vaccine into someone, it's in. You can't remove it.
Look. When I had to apply to work at a nursing,
hence why they lost in court.
This is literally. Wait, can I finish? Sorry. When I had to apply to work at a nursing home, I literally had to take I think a tuberculosis test, and you have to get a shot to do that, right? Like there's certain jobs that require certain things, you have to do it.
Don't overdramatic that, Scratch.
I think what I'm saying is though is like even if I agree like that was wrong, like I still feel like RFK has been an objective like failure though, like just in like 1 year. I mean, like he's saying like, because don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying SSRIs are perfect, but to say that SSRIs are equivalent to Schmeroin, right? Like that's fucking like that's disgusting.
It definitely depends on SSRI.
It's not even close. That is objectively false. Like any scientific study. No, it's not true. People don't die from SSRI overdoses. They don't. Stop. You're being disgusting.
First of all, you don't get to put words in my mouth for fucking one.
Okay, I'm saying you're objectively medically false. You're objectively false. You're objectively false. Doctors would tell you you're a fucking stupid person.
Max.
Oh. Damn.
It's okay.
Base Max. Holy shit, get him.
Let me explain something to you.
I'm not even like being a leftist. I'm being like objectively medically correct. That's the saddest part. And that's how extreme to the right people have gone on this shit.
Okay.
Let me motherfucking know.
Okay.
Just
finish your hogwash insanity.
Are you actually gonna let me fucking talk, or are you gonna fucking overtalk?
I'm gonna mute and just have to ingest the disgustingness.
For your information, I'm mental. I have to know what medications do. For one, for two, there are medications on the market that are very close to drugs that are illegal. Okay, let's not play the fucking stupid game. Let's not act silly. Okay.
It still doesn't matter. SSRIs are not as addictive as heroin. You're not going to overdose and die from SSRIs.
There has been cases.
I do actually want to PG. Do you have any studies? Wait, PG, do you have any studies that could prove that SSRIs cause this? Yeah.
Why are individuals who receive SSRI prescribed Narcan?
William Forsyth, Eric
Harris.
Harris.
They're taking other drugs too.
No.
I'm fucking lying.
You do realize SSRIs have black box warnings, right? All of
them. Yeah. I just wait. Do you guys have any? Just like provide one study that shows right that taking SSRIs causes overdoses. Go ahead.
Cause
what? No one has said that fucking claim, Scratch. That's fucking what Max threw in somebody's fucking mouth. He didn't even fucking listen to what I fucking said. He just fucking.
I'm just asking if you have any studies to prove
if someone like unalive themselves because of the withdrawal, someone unalive themselves because of depression, but not actual like symptoms, physically related symptoms.
Max, I want you to tell me about serotonin syndrome.
I mean, I only know so much about it.
No, it's a thing. When people take too many SSRIs.
I'm not saying you could take too many.
And what I'm saying is it's life threatening, which is similar to an overdose. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but that's not like they're trying to like get rid of even like basic stuff like Zoloft, even like sertraline. I think that's what that is. Like RFK.
Yeah, but no one's taken Zoloft off the shelf. No one has taken anything off the shelf. Doctors can still prescribe it. Like this is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
No, what I'm saying is like this is one of the problems I have with RFK in general. And this is one of the problems I have with the fucking public. Is that when someone says something is harmful, it instantly becomes like the most incendiary thing anyone's ever.
Well, he's even saying like measles and hepatitis B like vaccines are harmful, and that's also like insane too. And now we're having like record amounts of cases with.
You know what? Hey, Tucko, we're actually concerned that these dumbasses that are creating this shit are creating like 6 and 1s. Tell me exactly how they're supposed to know when an individual has a reaction to a 6 or a 7 and 1.
Yeah, but I mean, to say hepatitis B and measles are like just
Combining them, my honey, they're combining them.
Yeah, no, there's no evidence that measles or hepatitis B vaccines have caused
Can we not
problems.
pivot to fucking vaccines? Can we continue on the
Even that, like, I mean, so
SSRIs?
he literally tried to get a doctor to like fabricate a statement about vaccines, like to actually lie, and then he fired her.
Fabricating statements, doctors
Well,
are.
no, yeah, he fired her. No, he fired someone in the CDC because of it.
You know
look
they're
at it right
coming
now.
forward, right? They're
Yeah,
coming
they're coming
forward. They're wanting to know why there has not been studies on individuals who have not received them, right?
I don't know what you're talking about with that, but I do know that he fired somebody regarding making statements.
Which doctors have said this?
As somebody who was married to somebody with PTSD, I'm telling you right fucking now, you think that doctors don't prescribe more than one SSRI?
I'm not saying they don't. Yeah,
Which
doctors can
are saying?
overdo it for sure.
I'm curious. Which doctors are saying this?
I don't agree with this. The overdosing of our fucking people, for one. For fucking two, if you look at like drugs like Paxil, you'll realize that they have intense withdrawal symptoms if stopped abruptly, because people will stop them abruptly. Then you have Bloodbox, which clears your system quickly, but is required to be careful with the slow step down, and not everybody fucking does that. So it's the fact that he's pointing out that some of these doctors are not educating their people very fucking well. And I'll fucking explain this to you in the best way. And I'm going to use a fucking anecdotal. When I was in the military, I was prescribed 1,800 milligrams of ibuprofen to take 3 times a day, and it destroyed my stomach lining. I did not know until later when I started looking into things, because I got a more educational fucking medical-based background, that I realized it destroyed my stomach lining. So yeah, I have to agree with RFK. There needs to be better education on medications, and people should not be just prescribed something and thrown at them by doctors, because some doctors do. Don't act like they don't.
Peachy,
yeah, but I mean, if someone talks to their therapist,
but
and they can get prescribed a medication in a small dose.
Okay, FYI, 95 of these doctors that are prescribing these meds are getting as little as 5 minutes of education from pharmaceutical reps to push it.
Guys, I think a real problem is like doctors will tell you, like, I go to the doctor, I say that I have headaches and say that I'm dizzy throughout the day. He says drink water, but they're not telling me the dangers of if you drink too much water that you'll actually die, right? Your bladder can explode, right? I mean, these are things that are serious things, right? We need to teach about the harms. I feel like I think that's what Max is trying to point. Huh?
That's a fucking
one of the stupidest things you could have said.
I think that's what Max is trying to point out, though, right? These things aren't really. Wait. These things, for the most part, these drugs,
the percentage of what's likely to cause you to unalive, heroin or an SSRI, it's just cataclysmic.
Yeah, I think that's what Max is trying.
Not even close.
I think that's what Max is trying to say, right? Like
even if SSRIs come with risks.
Everything, anything that you ingest has some sort of risk for it, right? You could technically die from drinking too much water. It is possible, but it doesn't mean that we should have the.
Like I said, his stance on measles and hepatitis is also just hideous as well.
Again, you're overconflating what RFK said, because he didn't say that. He said that there's basically an over prescription of SSRIs on people who don't fucking actually need them.
That I agree with.
Yeah. They throw medication at every motherfucking thing.
But there's still he's talked about wanting to outright just like get rid of that stuff too, though. I've
not seen anyone trying to get rid of any SSRIs.
Because I looked for it and couldn't fucking find it.
Wait, somebody fight. Wait, Max, someone needs to find a quote where RFK talks about how the C-19 vaccine was made so it wouldn't hurt like Ashkenazi Jews.
Oh, shut up.
Well, I don't even need to talk about that. I can just talk about what he said about measles.
Guys, everybody, do not bring that up on the fucking Do not bring that up on the fucking panel. Hold on. Do not bring up that on the panel, or I will drop whoever does.
Okay, I won't bring up Uncle.
Nobody bring up the C one. Do not bring it up.
Yeah. Well, I
will bring up Uncle RFK's casual anti-Semitism. Okay,
proven vaccines that have worked, measles and hepatitis, and even he's against those.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, so first off, so let's be clear. In the middle of the unpleasantness, they changed the definition of what one of those was. So that's number one. I have an issue with that. because originally it was just supposed to be it prevents. They changed it to a prophylactic for. That's not when you do that.
Okay,
That's not
even a good panel anymore. It's not providing.
Click against me.
It's not fruitful.
That's not what I'm.
Real team 1v1s. Crucible is bad. Parker's not gonna let me on. Neil's slop. DGJ.
Person on this panel would defeat Mewtwo with.
Not good.
Put themselves in a sick.
Bad.
Who cares how much money he has or how much he doesn't have?
No, really does.
I mean, well, Wyatt thinks I do.
Oh,
right, Johnny?
Oh shit! Can
Any
I not request
level.
some panels anymore?
That's fraud.
No, I can't.
Well, they even tried to. Where
He's
the fuck
breaking
is
all
this shit when
types of
I'm betting on
records.
it?
When you can't attack.
Is there anything good? Oh no, not rich versus poor.
He's been crashing out. Well, I do know.
Vaccines that came
What's
out
wrong?
in,
That doesn't
in
change anything.
2020.
What's wrong?
Let me know.
I will say.
Across back and forth.
Victim blame.
For all the damn time still.
I find
I have like the whole UN charter up here.
Trump is terrible. Prove me wrong.
No.
But they're so smart and educated.
Use it within your own.
You're meeting there. See, luckily, this panel right here isn't AI. That's actually Greg right there saying it's Trump.
It really is. No, I'm saying when they try to prove, when they believe it and they try to prove their point with it. That's the shit I don't like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Liberal AI. Tell me about it.
Watch this guy's
Yeah.
No one's freaking out, Greg. Just because you do meth, that's your business. No.
What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Greg has a long history of meth, and then he freaks out.
Bro,
when
these
you fucking
panels are
bring it to
weird
his
as fuck.
attention,
What are we
and then
talking about? I'm not even up on the panel right now. Y'all.
Then he wants to get mad at you.
What the hell? We're talking about fucking meth.
Bro, could you show your face?
All right.
Yeah, show the receipt.
Just show your face.
Cite your.
Show your
Cite
face.
your source.
Show your face.
No, prove it. Cite
You
your
you
source.
literally have
You
the
have a picture of me?
face of a
You got
meth
video?
addict, bro.
Do you have a video?
Your teeth are
You got a picture?
misaligned. You have age. You have crow's feet.
Wait.
You have frown
Teeth
lines,
being
bro. Your mouth
misaligned.
is misaligned in itself, bro. You have a meth face.
What?
Please show your face and let everyone.
So
we can't have a conversation.
Feels.
Yeah,
Some of society agrees with that. The 1%, because 1% of America is trans, so 1% of
Grant money for cancer research.
Full different art.
But their specifics.
There's
1973, his father was sued.
Bring his father, not
Yes.
him.
And he was
Okay,
a
let's see if
part
we
of the
get into this now.
administration.
Let's see
Where?
this one
And by the
bears.
fact, the
Administration,
DOJ, the
1972,
Department of Justice sued him.
Where?
So why is the Department of Justice? No, let's Google it. So you guys won't play these games.
No, dude, you
Google it.
brought up the claim. You prove it.
Dude, whatever, bro. Like if you're just
Prove
gonna
it.
not gonna show any proof, I'm just gonna drop your ass.
Yeah, dude. Up here, we actually show proof.
1973.
No,
Show proof.
no. Because whatever, this is proof. This is Donald Trump and Rosa Parks. Prove to me that that's racist.
I want you to actually bring up from a credible source where it was. Not his father, not his grandfather, not his pet rat, him.
So I have a question. Didn't Trump?
Oh my god, this is one of those panels. I might not be on here for long. Drop pretty quick.
I want to find out what this person over here thinks he's racist because in 1973, his father did something, but he can't prove it.
The Department of Justice sued Donald Trump. Think about that.
Where? In
Pull it up.
1973?
Yes.
Okay, prove it. Bring it up. What was the court case?
Hold up, I'll put you in the big box.
And it was actually sued by the Department of Justice.
Okay, bring up the court case.
Okay,
No.
right now. Stand by.
Bring up the court case.
Uh,
I mean, honestly, who cares? Shouldn't he be allowed to rent it to whoever he
No,
wants?
that does care. You're lying about Louisiana. I'm talking about Louisiana.
No, he is correct that the Department of Justice did falsely sue Donald Trump, which is why Donald Trump is suing the Department of Justice.
But Fig, he
Oh,
said
because they falsely accused Donald Trump of things under the Biden Department of Justice That's why Donald Trump is suing the Department of Justice, and I hope he wins.
Big, he was saying in
Famously, Biden was president in 1973.
Biden
was president in 1973.
Nice.
Holy
Oh, good night.
shit! Yeah,
The
okay, I got
reality of the
kicked.
bullshit
I
and being a
kid.
police officer and being under politics for 10 years in the military, I saw how the country and the system changed on itself. When it changed on itself, it made the people fucking change and do a switch. And by social media coexisting, it's helping push the narrative of also false and misinformation to mix and idolize lies into truth. So that's why everybody gets subdivided the way they are.
Okay, so you got one thing right. The party switch that did happen, and also, you kind of contradicted yourself a little bit, sir, because you said the Democrats were separating families, but you voted for separating families. Wouldn't that be like?
Oh, no, that's not separating families, because if those that came here illegally don't have the right to be here legally and they never went through the process to become here legally, there's no right to due process for an individual who comes here illegally and wants to expect to be here legally on the taxpayer's behalf.
The Supreme Court has directly ruled against you. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Ratch.
All right, hold on. When you please come up on this panel, please introduce how old you are respectfully.
Yeah, 19 years old.
Okay, I used to work for DHS, being with the Coast Guard, and considering I used to pick up illegals trying to put drugs through the system, I know how to due process these individuals because they don't really get a due process. They get sent to ICE. ICE puts them in the detention, and they get fucking sent right off to back to their country with a small due process to
They
be
also get a court hearing.
extradited back out.
So you were wrong.
Scratch.
Okay, thanks for conceding your point.
Wait, Scratch, real quick. Sorry, real quick. Just out of respect for the host, we're doing.
Each other, please don't
When we say the right to due process in law enforcement, right to due process means you have the right to see a judge and then fucking determine how the case presides and goes from there. Not the right to just see a judge. And you're automatically seeing a judge, but then you're exported out the same fucking day.
That's not what wait, what do you think due process is again? That's not what due process is.
Right, but that means there is no due process. You're just seen in front of a judge so you can legally be extradited out.
What do you think? Wait, what do you think due process means, DHS?
No. A due process means you are either held without bail, without any kind of bail, because that's called remanding, right? And if you're not remanded, you are given bail to be released on your armed recognizance until a fucking pending further trial.
Due process
further case.
Due process.
That's how due process works, because due process, there's where do you consider due process to go see a judge once you're incarcerated, and then when less than 4 hours you're fucking extradited?
Yeah, so due process.
Where is your continued due process?
Due process is simply.
Where is your continued due process? You don't have
due
any.
Due process is simply the process that you were due under the law, so under the INA. So it seems to be. I think you were talking about expedited removal, if I'm correct. So yeah, under the INA, under expedited removal, right? The only due process that you really get is the probable cause determination by like the ICE officer, and then the chance to apply for asylum or under the convention.
There's no applying for asylum once you're incarcerated. You can't apply for asylum under a misdemeanor or a felony. There's no such thing.
I'm talking about immigration. I said under the. Did you say that was indexed to the INA?
Asylum, if you're looking to claim asylum, if you're looking to come here legally, or whether it be legally or illegally, you need to fucking do that at the U.S. Embassy before you come here. That's how it works.
Not true. So if you read 8 U.S.C. 1150,
that's not true.
Read under the INA, under the INA,
for your life, and you don't want to return home, and you can't return home because you're gonna die, and they can fucking start an asylum process for you.
Yeah, under the INA, under 8 U.S.C. 1158, it specifically says that anybody in the United States, regardless of their status, can apply for asylum, right? And I think it specifically even says in the section about.
But it doesn't guarantee that it will be approved.
Doesn't guarantee, but it means you can apply, and that's a part of your due process. Right,
you can apply, but it's still not legal.
It's
you
not
can be denied.
Huh? Not necessarily.
You
have a valid asylum
yes,
case.
you would still be. You can still be denied. That does not.
Yeah,
mean
I'm not denying you can be denied. I'm saying that this is what I'm saying. This is the due process that you get if you're being deported under expedited removal, which is the chance to apply for asylum and the chance to apply for under the.
Can you please pull that up and show me? Can you please pull that up and show me?
Yeah, it's 8 U.S.C. 1158. Yeah,
no, sir. Please pull that up. I would love to see that. Please pull it up.
Yeah, that's what 8 U.S.C. 1158 is.
No. Please pull it up. Show me. Because you're not going to spread misinformation up here. If you want to educate me, that's great.
He's actually
Yes, right here. So any alien
Crime
who's
talk, I could care
any
less
alien
what
who's
you
physically present in the United States or
You have
arrives
a
in the United
source,
States,
show me,
whether or
please.
not at a designated port of arrival, and including any alien who's brought into the United States
Okay, hold
after
on,
being.
stop. Please tell me before you start monologuing what website that is.
So this is
House.gov.
USHouseCode.gov. Okay, so we're reading. This
Okay,
is the
can you please
INA.
slow it down because I don't do the 100 miles an hour bullshit.
Okay. Any alien who is physically present in the United States or who arrives in the United States, whether or not as a designated port of arrival, including an alien who's brought to the United States after being directed into international or United States waters, irrespective of such alien status, may apply for asylum in accordance with this section or where applicable. So it says physically present, and it says whether or not it is an appropriate interest, and it says irrespective of such alien status, right? So if you're being deported, right, under expedited removal, the only due process that you are owed under law, because that's what due process means, is the probable cause determination by the ICE officer or by the CBP agent, right? And the chance to file for asylum or file under the
But
convention.
again, what you're failing to understand is they don't get that right to due process regardless to request for asylum under incarceration. So that is irrelevant to their full
what's your
due
source for that?
process affiliation to the case. This is what you don't understand. Are you in law? Like, are you a defense attorney? Because
I
I've
never said I
done
was a
this.
defense attorney. So just real quick. So yeah,
I've done this before. There's
just-
other clauses that are that take into consideration when you are incarcerated, especially when one of them are incarcerated.
Cool. So like, can you show me the law or show me like the case law that substantiates that when somebody's incarcerated that they aren't owed the chance to apply for asylum?
Under the felony or misdemeanor, which is the crime that they committed? Are you
which
fucking
law?
kidding?
Yeah. So which law or statute under
When
the INA or
when
which
they're
case
being
law would
picked
prove
up,
that?
what are they being picked up for? Well, okay, obviously it's common sense, right? They're being picked up for illegal migration to fucking come here illegally without papers, right? So therefore, they're automatically taken back to the detention center. They are seen in front of a judge in 6
so
hours.
notice how you're not providing any
From-
case
from-
law
from
or
that
statute in
point,
law. So
from
I'm
that
asking, what's
point,
your?
it doesn't
Can you provide the
matter
case
because
law?
I know
Provide
the
the.
process of fucking elimination and how the due process work because I've locked these fucking people up myself. So stop
Destiny, if you don't
arguing
mind,
with
can I
me.
rebuttal that
like
real
you
quick?
know about it.
hold on.
So to be clear, you
Let's
asked
not
you.
overtalk.
Okay, so to be clear, you asked me specifically, right? Because you were wrong. You said the fact that to apply for asylum at the border. I brought up a statute in the law to prove that that's not true, right? And then when I asked you to prove your claim, instead of actually bringing up the statute or some kind of case law like I did, you just ramble on
Because
about
I'm
process of
telling you
elimination.
from experience, because I
don't care about your
have
experience.
locked
I care
these
about you bringing
people up.
evidence.
I have locked these people up. You don't understand?
Crack,
I
I'm
have
not
locked
gonna
these
tell
people
you
up.
again. If you're
I
gonna
know
overtalk,
the
I will drop
experience
you.
of due process and how they fucking got incarcerated. If they fucking need to do more due process, obviously they hold them before they fucking send them off to fucking do a further investigation. And that's when they would call me, the arresting agent, to fucking come in and testify against them to tell them the rest of the due process, which is the fucking case law and the fucking reasoning behind they were arrested.
Okay, so just to be clear, you know the case law and this from personal experience, yet you were wrong in the fact that people
I
who,
will show
who
a source.
don't have
Give me
to
one
don't have to
second
apply
prove
for
that
asylum don't have to
otherwise.
apply for asylum at the
Hold on a
border.
second.
So I don't
I'm
trust
the
you because you were
host and
just
I am
blatantly wrong
talking.
in a
Please
case
do
law.
not overtalk me.
Destiny, if you don't
Thank
mind, I have
you.
the source popped up.
No, this is a .gov.
Yeah, I have a
Regards-
.gov too.
Hold on a second, please. If you guys are going to continue to overtalk, I will drop. I'm not doing this. Okay? You will also be barred if you can be removed, right? To safe third country, two-party multi-agreement. You will be barred from applying for asylum if you were previously applied for asylum and were denied by the immigration judge. So there's my proof there, Scratch, that you could be denied.
Oh no. Not
Okay,
tracking.
there's my proof right there.
Under a felony
Unless
or a
you demonstrate
misdemeanor,
that you are charged,
your
unless you have
request for
certain
asylum,
circumstances.
your
You can
request
still
for
be denied.
asylum or any of that under the fucking federal statute is now no longer your due process. It doesn't exist to you because you don't have that fucking right.
You still do.
So
No,
just
you
to be
don't.
clear, so
I
there's
just proved it wrong.
So you guys aren't
You could
tracking.
think you could
So-
think you do all you want, but when you
Okay.
go there and you're fucking incarcerated, they don't give you the full due process that you're claimed to deserve as an illegal, you're gonna find out the hard way that you're not due process like an American.
This is just a tracking error.
It's
So
like a police
DHS,
officer. When a police officer locks you up, you're an American, right? You get your full due process. You're supposed to see a judge within 48 hours. If you're not within 72 hours, they're supposed to release you without being in front of a judge. When you see a judge within that reasonable time, okay, the judge decides whether to remand you or to fucking ROR you. If they remand you, then your right to due process further extends that thereafter, because then you either have to come back to court or they fucking take you back because they remanded you within to your next court date. And then if you have to go to trial, that's when your right to due process then extends further and continues on.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to fucking tell you, but you're not listening to
if you read 8 USC 1225, section B1A 2, it says, if an immigration officer determines that an alien other than the alien described in subparagraph F was arriving in the United States or described in clause 3 is inadmissible under section whatever. Sorry, 812 1182A 6C or 1182A7 of this title.
I just literally proved that you could be denied.
And the alien indicates either an intention to apply for asylum under section 1158.
You're not going to freaking listen.
While I was studying law, I was reading the INA to them.
I just literally proved wrong, Crime Talk.
I was reading the INA to them.
I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. It's not going to change whether you guys want to believe it'll fucking change or not. Your right to due process as an illegal immigrant does not extend any further than the fucking incarceration being here illegally.
Yeah.
They still have the right to that process. So, like, for example,
but they can still be denied. I just pulled up the source
and be denied in front of the judge within that time once you have to go see the judge after incarceration.
DHS, I don't know what you're not getting, because having the right...
What am I not getting? I'm not getting the fact, I guess I know the law and I have done this before and gone into judges and gone into court and testified. And I don't know a goddamn thing. You're absolutely right.
So
please pull up the source. You have the floor. Go ahead. Prove me wrong. I literally, and I showed you a .gov that proves that they could be denied. Pull it up.
Oh my gosh.
Scratch, this is my panel. I can do whatever the fuck I please, respectfully.
It's just that nobody was ever denied. They could be denied. The claim was that if you're incarcerated.
Hey, you know what? The point is, I bring up a fact, right?
Any alien who is physically present in the United States or who arrives in the United States.
You just brought up the same thing, though. I just proved you wrong to say that they can be denied.
Yeah, getting denied. Getting denied is not the convention of it.
Prove that they will be guaranteed, correct?
Nobody said there's guaranteed.
Yeah, due process is not the guarantee.
Yes, I did say it, Scratch. I did.
None of us were saying that they were guaranteed the right to asylum.
What do you mean, no? Why are you crashing out?
No, because we were just saying they have the right to apply for asylum.
I don't care.
We never said that they had the right to be granted it.
Whether they have the right to apply or whatever, they will still get denied regardless.
They get denied.
That's not true.
What are you applying for? You are not gonna win. I'm sorry.
How many asylum cases are denied, folks?
This was just like you guys just weren't tracking the conversation. I just said.
Answer my question.
Okay,
how many cases
I didn't retract shit. I keep telling you.
I don't know the exact numbers that are denied. I don't know what time period.
You can't fucking mismatch what I say, dude. I know exactly what I say and I stick to
it. DHS, you've
been over 90%
total.
You've been wrong on so many occasions.
80% of asylum claims
I've been wrong on so many occasions.
Would you like
but yet you all think you know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Right. That's what the Democrat Party is fucking normally
dedicated.
Knowing what they're saying.
Exactly.
Crime Talk, can I go over quick? Is this okay?
Yeah, for sure.
So the original claim that was made, right, by me, was that somebody who was being deported
Can
you not instruct me? I thought we were not instructing people.
This is my damn panel. I can do as I please. You don't want to hear the fact that I also said that doesn't guarantee that they will be approved, correct? You have to use that as an equation as well.
Okay.
Them applying is still their right to due process.
I just want to finish, yes.
I don't know. There's two people talking. If you guys want to
work for the fucking Department of Homeland Security and then find out what the real due process is when you know the process of elimination on how they won't have the fucking due process you think they will.
Oh my gosh. Shut up, bro.
This is what you fucking ignore to understand,
gosh,
you
dude.
fucking hypocrite.
So
and
my
rather be
original,
illiterate. You
DHS.
could be illiterate to the facts.
DHS. My original claim
be
was that
illiterate
that
to
the
the
due
facts.
process
I don't
that
care what
somebody.
your original claim is.
Of course you should
my
care.
point
The
was that they
conversation
can
should
still
be based around the
denied.
claims I make, not
I
the claims
should
that you
not
think I
fucking
make.
care. Why? Because they came over here illegally.
Why do
Scratch.
you?
If you come
Why are
over
you
to
debating
Mexico,
me?
they will deport you.
Wait, why are
Do
you
know
debating
that
me if
you
you
have
don't want to
know
debate the claim I'm
Mexican language
making?
before you
What?
actually arrive? You have to know Spanish before you get there. Number two, you have to financially prove that you're able to
What
be
are we
in that
doing?
country.
I don't
If
care about the
not,
claim you're
Scratch, they will
making.
deport
Oh
you.
my gosh.
Congratulations.
Holy
I know
shit,
the
I
truth
can't.
hurts, but it is what it is. The facts are the facts. I do not want somebody coming over here and having a child that they can't afford on my fucking dime. Absolutely not. When there are veterans that are out in the streets, like what happened in New York, they got food stamps, the veterans were kicked out. It's unacceptable. That should have never happened.
Okay. Fuck. I'm gonna try and make this statement more time. I'm gonna make it really
And
fast. Okay.
please do not curse. If you
I
are
made the
cursing,
real,
you
I made
cannot
the original
compose
claim that the due
yourself.
process that people owed when they were being expedited removal is they had the ability to apply for asylum, the probable cause determination made by the arresting
Stop.
officer.
We do not do the excessive monologuing. That just proves that you have no
You've
self-control.
literally
and
muted
you're
and monologue for 5
Whoa,
minutes.
do not scream.
You
Do
muted
not
me and
troll.
monologue for 5 minutes.
Whoa, do not scream.
Holy shit, bro! I can't.
Millions of people living.
Oh my gosh, we don't do the excessive monologuing here. I talked for like 30 seconds, super fast. Oh my gosh, you people have no patience. I can't. Oh no. She's speaking the truth? No, she isn't. She can't keep up. The original claim. Okay, chat. The original claim that was made was that when somebody's being extradited removal, that the due process that they are owed is a probable cause determination by the ICE or CBP officer at the time, and the ability, right, or the chance to apply for asylum or apply for under the Convention of Torture to be able to stay in America. Somebody in the panel, right, the DHS commissioner, then said that actually, no, those people don't have the right to apply for asylum because they're being incarcerated. I then said. Right, I then said, and he also said that if you're apply for asylum, you have to do it at the border. I then brought up 8 U.S.C. 1158, which directly says no, you don't have to apply for asylum at the border. And I also brought up 8 U.S.C. 1225, which says when being expedited removal, the person has the right, the chance to apply for asylum. They then, instead of acknowledging the fact that they were wrong on both of those points, and started ranting about how they don't like immigrants in the country and saying how people can be denied for asylum, which has nothing to do with my point because it was only about the right to apply for it, not if you could get it granted. They were not right. She was not speaking the truth. She was obviously making the point and wasn't letting me finish, and she literally said, I didn't care about the original point you made. It was a dishonest debate tactic. I literally can't. Actually retarded. They're so retarded. Put on your shirt, you heathen. Bro, it's like 80 plus degrees in my dorm room right now. I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit, guys. The argument was... Okay, I'm reading here. You guys are actually so... I've got muted so much. I wasn't talking. The point was about the right to apply for asylum. Not if you had... They were guaranteed to get granted it. I already conceded that point. I didn't even concede that. That's just a fact. If you apply for asylum, you have no guarantee that you're going to get it. You're incorrect and you know it. How am I incorrect? It says right here in 8 U.C. 1225, right? If an immigration officer determines an alien or other than an alien described in subparagraph F who's arrived in the United States is described in clause 3 is in the missile under section blah 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 of this title, and the alien indicates either an intention to apply for asylum under section 1158 of this title or fear of persecution, officers shall refer to alien for interview by an asylum officer under subparagraph B. He is it literally says in the section about expedited removal about how the ICE officers and the CBP are supposed to go the process of allowing them to apply for asylum if they indicate some kind of fear. What are we talking about? How am I wrong? It lays out in the INA how they have the right to do this if they're being deported under expedited removal. It's such cope. You don't get to claim asylum. I'm literally reading from the Immigration Act from U.S. Code House Gov, the law that says they have the right to apply for asylum if they be deported under expedited removal. What the fuck are we talking about? Please give me a better argument against this. Like actual retards. Like holy shit, you're dumb. You're so dumb. Yes, you're ineligible, but you still, even if you've been in the country a year plus, you could still apply for asylum. You're probably gonna get denied before even the credible fear test because you're just like you've been in the country more than a year. But everybody has the right to apply to find out if you're ineligible. Everybody has the right to apply. That's the only claim I was making. Not whether they are gonna get it guaranteed, just that they have the right to.
Just like how most Indians live in the South.
Thank God. At least that shut people up for a little bit. Like Jeff, you can respond to that? Man, sometimes you just gotta get the legal immigrants out of the country with. There are multiple reasons a person could be eligible to apply for asylum. Okay. Show me in the law. Tell me which in the law where it says, because the original claim that they made was that if somebody's incarcerated just on being detained means that they're ineligible to apply for asylum. Tell me where in the law it says that. Where? Please. When is somebody ineligible to apply for asylum? Tell me. Look it up. Fuck! Get the fuck out of my chat. Holy shit. I literally bring up the INA. I read out case law, and this is the level of engagement. Holy shit, bro. Actually, some people just need a rope max, unironically. Holy shit. Holy shit. Get the fuck out of my chat. Unironically, actually retarded. Like, you need to be put in a mental institution. Holy shit.
Thank you, Rosman. Yeah, see, this is the thing. You cannot change somebody that's in that deep.
Illegals or cowards, whatever. More retards.
Holy shit, this caller will never think for himself. Truth, nuke.
What's up, Reynald?
What's up, buddy? How's
Bro,
it
I'm
going?
live on YouTube right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro, I'm actually crashing out at chat, dude. Holy shit. Not good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the random faucet appearance, but that's the first time I've talked to him. It's pretty embarrassing.
Wait, what? I didn't see it. What happened?
Very standard stuff.
Faucet L, a classic. Yikes. Bro, I can't take it. I can't take it. But hey, I'm doing good on YouTube. 52 viewers. I'm not looking. It might be less right now. 51. Oh, I can't hear you for some reason. Wait, I think my audio relay just broke.
I love you so much.
Wait, I think my audio relay just broke.
Tell Scratch I love him so much, okay? Somebody in Scratch's chat tell him I love him so much.
Huh?
Hey, if you agree with the prompt, make sure you like the live, share the live, repost the live, because that's how we get disagreeers up here. And if you disagree, make sure you jump in that request box right now. But if you agree with the prompt, make sure you're liking the live, you're sharing the live, you're reposting the live.
They can sue? Nobody was making that claim, bro. Nobody was making that claim. Nobody's making that claim. Hashtag pause, hashtag a day. But do you think there should be more or less asylum? Less, probably the same amount of affirmative asylum, less defensive asylum cases. Affirmative is when you apply like at the border or after just crossing, and then defensive is when you apply while in the middle of deportation proceedings. So probably we should like there could be restrictions on like defensive asylum applications since those get like overwhelmingly denied.
Fucking loser.
The SPLC
Oh,
is trying
I'm sorry.
to
I'm sorry.
The law is less interesting. What you think the law should be? I just told you what I think it should be. Should also probably distinguish like somebody comes here, applies for asylum at the border. Okay, does Trump try to take out cartels in Arizona and Texas? Try? Virtue signals about it. I don't think he's actually doing it. Right? I think the amount of like rug seized at the border has consistently gone up in his administration. Which I guess like depending on how you see that, it could be indication he's doing better or worse. But people use that exact same indication of increased rug seizures at the I'm saying rug, I'm not taking that drug seizures at the border, to say that increase. Sorry, actually, what's the name of my stream? Actually, let me look. Okay, yeah. People use that exact same to say there's more rugs coming to the country, more drugs coming to the country. So I would say if you say that like,
this is the singular message.
Seizures are indication of more drugs coming to the country, then you'd also have to say the same thing for Biden. You got to be gay. I have a girlfriend.
Park.
Absolutes. I guess what do you mean by moral absolutes? I don't normally use that term.
Oh, I didn't even know.
From walking 10 steps. Not made dating easier. You know, and that's going into the hookup culture too, right? It's made it
fucking dollars in. I don't know what Timu Obama's doing, but I'm here for it. I'm glad he's fucking up your Democrat Party even more. While you guys are still focused on Trump, you're not focused on your party going bankrupt and dying.
I doubt it.
Like I'm loving that, and at the same time, you cannot explain why the Democrat Party has lost well over what is it, Ryan? 2 million registered.
Can we turn this off? Actually?
A lot more than that. Depends on what state you're looking.
We're just gonna stop that until we get up on the panel. Sent floating hearts for 10 jewels. Can somebody please successfully done this man's dance, please? What? They are floundering. That's true, but not the way he's saying it. Systemic racism exists. Conservative is an oxymoron. ICE needs to be abolished. And for dying. Well, okay, crazy. Oh my god, feminism is a joke live. I might hop up on the left. We can do some left bashing today because I know there's a lot of conservatives in the chat, and I do have my disagreements with the left on like black people can't be racist. It's just retarded to me. So there might be a chance to do some left bashing here. Somebody said hi, what's going on? Oh, we're getting actually just nobody to debate. Oh my god, bro. I can't believe. Oh, people are such schooners, bro. It's like I scroll past these lives of like 17, 16-year-old girls, like teenagers on TikTok who just sit in front of the camera, talk to their friends, and have like 600 gooners in the chat, and I know they're all like, oh, it's so fucking disgusting. People say robot because of brown. People know it's just fucking weird. Do you think black people can be racist? Yeah, no shit. The left is very wrong in that. I don't know why they are. It's such a retarded point to argue. Oh, right, black people can be racist because racism was power plus prejudice. And then some black guy comes up and says like, "We should kill whitey. We hate white people. We should genocide all white people. We need to build Auschwitz 2.0 for white people." And they're like, he's not racist because actually he doesn't have any systemic power to implement it. It's like, holy shit. You know how bad you guys look? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? White people like leaders of Hitler, and that's what Trump remind you of? What? What else? What have you been saying in my chat this entire time? Did you just come in? How? Well, if we define racism, it's just like being prejudiced towards somebody based on their race. Black people have the ability, right? I can be prejudiced towards somebody. I can make a prejudgment about somebody if they're white, based on right, and if they're doing it because they're white, that's based on race. That's the definition of racism. Therefore, black people can be racist. There we go. It's literally that simple. Black people be racist to white people. Black people be racist to Asian people. Black people be racist to Latinos. Black people be racist to themselves. All possible. What do you think about the Supreme Court ruling? That shit was insane, bro. Not gonna lie. I think that's one of the worst rulings the Supreme Court's made so far. This Trump administration. I hate that word. I know black people who literally hate white people. Yeah, it's cringe. It's cringe. It's just not a good look for the left. It's not a good look. I don't. There's a big problem. There's a big problem in the black community of defining racism away to like not to try and like I'm not gonna. I feel like half the time people are like unironically arguing like black people can't be racist. It's because they legitimately are racist towards white people and they don't like being called racists. So black people have control over white people's lives. Total. That's exactly what I said. I totally didn't say, "Hey, black people can be prejudiced." I totally said black people have control over white people's lives. Therefore, they're racist. That's exactly what I said. Oof. This guy might be a genius. This guy in the comments might be a genius. Holy shit. IQ too high. All men are dangerous. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Look, I never said that like nobody when black people say black people can't be racist, they're not saying black people hold systemic and institutionalized power over white people. They're saying that black people have the ability to be prejudiced towards white people on an interpersonal basis. And that's true. That's all they're saying, right? So nobody and I even clarified that by giving the definition. I don't see how people can misinterpret that. I don't see like how you could possibly like be so dumb to misinterpret what I just said there. But it has to be intentionally bad faith. Ooh, we got a good live. We got one. We got a good one, boys.
Yo, what's up, Scratch?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So what's your view on the statement I have up here?
Yeah, ICE is cringe and violates people's rights, so I'm not gonna support them.
How?
Wait,
Taylor! Oh, Taylor!
Taylor's in?
Oh,
Yo!
Taylor!
Oh,
He
man!
left. No, he
this would have been
left.
so cool.
What the fuck?
Taylor
Oh,
debating
Taylor.
Scratch.
Yeah, like when like when ICE is going around and violating people's Fourth Amendment rights, right? Do you know what that is? It's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
the Fourth Amendment protects people against unreasonable search and seizure, right? So when ICE or any law enforcement is making an arrest of somebody, they need probable cause to do so. And ICE has been making arrests without probable cause, so that would be a violation of people's Fourth Amendment rights.
Okay, now where's your proof?
The proof
What sites
is
do you have
Molina
that supports your claim?
Yeah, the evidence supports as Molina v. DHS court case out of the Massachusetts Federal District Court, and they issued a preliminary injunction in the plaintiff's favor, saying that they were likely to win on the merits that ICE was violating these people's Fourth Amendment rights by arresting them without probable cause determinations.
Can you propose me any other ideas that can, I guess, not have, like, I guess, just disrupt their Fourth Amendment rights, like any other way ICE can detain people, any other way ICE can detain people that doesn't, disrupt their Fourth Amendment rights.
Having a warrant or making a probable cause determination before they detain them? Or before they arrest them would be the more specific language. Huh? Having some kind of warrant?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Are you guys just trolling, or do you actually want to have a serious conversation?
No, I'm I'd take some over it, and I'm letting Jaden have this one because he hasn't.
No, he's not doing a good job, bro. It's kind of stun locked, okay? Not gonna lie.
I know, that's why I'm laughing over here, like Jaden.
Bro is not doing well. Okay, Jaden.
We're on the same. Jaden, come on, lock in here, bro.
Lock in, Jaden. Lock in. You got this, bro. You got this.
Come on, Jaden.
All right, yeah.
You got
How have
this.
they been doing so far? How's ICE been doing so far?
Not good, bro. They've been violating people's rights a lot. Not good.
Have they deported any U.S. citizen?
Not to my knowledge. That's not the
Yeah,
argument
they
I'm
haven't
making.
deported any U.S. citizen.
Cool.
If they haven't deported any U.S. citizen, which is like I would say if we deport all the illegal immigrants in these 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency, and I guess it disrupts their Fourth Amendment rights, then there's no problem, Even
How's
though
no problem? Wait. Wait. Why do you care about deporting illegal immigrants? Curious.
Well, because
they take over jobs, they take over schools, they took over housing, they cause many murders and many crimes that shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Okay, so they take over jobs, they cause many murders, they cause many crimes. Okay, so that's just not true, right? So number one, when it
no.
Huh?
That is true. First of all,
that isn't.
That is true.
Would you like me to tell you why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
yeah. When immigrants come into the country, so obviously, what you guys are basically saying is that when immigrants come to the country, right? There's a limited supply of jobs. There's taking up more of those supply of jobs. There's less for like the American citizens. But what people forget is that immigrants also induce demand on the economy, right? They buy food, they buy goods, they buy houses, rent, which means that the economy needs to expand its supply to keep up with the demand, right? If the economy needs to do that, that means it needs to create more jobs, which means that overall, it's usually like a net negative effect on wages and on jobs, because they end up creating more jobs because of the demand they do on the economy. For what studies on this, you can look at the effects of immigration by Harvard, by the Cure, or a couple. It's a meta-analysis. You can look at there's a Penn State study on if immigrants take jobs or over the long term reduce wages. There's also a study by National Bureau of Economics on this. Yep.
Yeah, there is that, I guess. But if we deport all the illegal immigrants, it's just a scenario. I even searched it up. If we deport all the illegal immigrants, there would be a small decline of jobs and crops, because the most illegal immigrants work in the fields, and there would just be a small decline in jobs, and labor, only for about like a month or two, and that's just basically it. Everything go back to normal.
Right. So you think
But
if
we're
we were to
doing that.
delete,
There's
so you
no.
wait, I
There's
just want to be
no
clear. You think if we were
economic data
to
to back that up.
overnight delete 20 million people out of the population, that there would only be a temporary couple month decrease in the effect of the economy?
Most of them.
Yeah, I even searched it up. Why would I be lying?
What'd you
What
look
source
up?
says
Hold on,
that?
guys.
What source?
But
Did you
Jacob
look
Insight,
use that,
Jacob
bro?
Insight.
What,
Hold on, I'm
Grok?
gonna put you on mute real quick.
Yeah. Ask Grok if I deleted 20 people out of the American economy, if that would only affect the American economy for a couple months.
Depends
Ask him
what
that.
type of people.
10 million.
Huh?
10 million.
Yeah, okay, so now it's 10 million. Cool. Let's look at that. That's fine with me.
Yeah. So far, we deported about 3.5 million so far. Or,
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just asking, like, I don't know
Big
what source you're using to say that. Yeah, if you deport millions of
crime
people,
rate.
it's generally gonna have like a pretty
Okay,
detrimental
but
effect
like
on the
completely
economy.
honest here, in what world would that ever happen where everybody just gets thrown out and deleted?
I don't think it's
immediately?
ever gonna. I don't think there's a world where like
It's gonna be a
everybody's gonna throw it out.
steady
But he
decline
said, but he,
over
that was the
many
claim. He
years.
made the claim. He made the claim that hey, if we get rid of all these people over like the course of 4 years, it's only gonna have a effect on economy for a couple months. That's just not true, right? Like even if we do it at that slow pace,
over
at the same
4
time.
years, I mean that.
Yeah.
Like again, over 4 years, of course it's gonna have like a little bit. Yeah, over 4 years seems reasonable.
At the same time, we're having net negative migration, right? That's just necessarily right. We're gonna the 1% of a little over 1% private sector GDP is gonna be gone. The fact that immigrants, legal and legal immigrants, literally have the highest participation
They literally do
rate
not
in the
pay
economy
taxes.
according
They
to the
get government
BLS.
funding all the
Huh?
time.
Wait, and I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Scratch.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
How come
Scratch, I
you
have a
care
question.
about, yeah. Go.
You said when he said that the murder that legal immigrants cause a amount of murders, and you said that was not true. Do you believe that really?
That they
Like,
cause
like a lot of amount of a lot amount of murders.
No,
a lot
they have
relative
a
to
lower crime
relative to
rate.
native citizens, absolutely not. Relative to legal immigrants, even less. Yeah, no.
You have anything to say on that, Jaden?
I don't know what he said.
Not
I
all
just wanted to see his comment.
conspiracies, factual information.
Yeah, you guys haven't brought up a
Concerning
single
facts
fact,
and
by the way, just to be very clear.
Yeah.
There's
illegal
been no
immigrants don't do
there's
that.
been no sources that either that
Shut up, Jacob.
none of you have cited
Yeah,
through this
dude,
entire
I'm not
conversation.
agreeing with Scratch, but shut your bitch ass up, bro. You sound like a chud.
Yeah, so I'm literally
me and Scratch will literally unite
sorry that
right
I sound
now
sorry
and
sorry that
agree to disagree.
you're just
and
projecting.
I think we
buddy.
changed Scratch's
Look,
mind.
I've already,
you
I
haven't
gotta
cited a
already
single
bully
source.
Jacob enough today. Okay,
ladies,
I'm gonna let him go on this one.
ladies.
I'm gonna
I
let him
think
go
we
on this
changed
one.
Scratch's mind, to be honest. I think we did.
How'd you change my mind?
What do you mean we changed Scratch's
What do you
mind?
mean?
Yeah, I think we changed his mind on illegal immigration.
How?
I don't know about that one.
Scratch, are these like kids here?
Where I'm 19. I was born 2007.
I don't know,
I'm
bro.
19,
They're not
2007.
making good arguments.
Uh-huh.
All I
Yeah,
know is that
they
they're not
do.
making good arguments, okay? They're making pretty bad ones. Pretty
This
shit
is
ones,
kind
but-
of sad. Like there's no you guys don't have
Yeah,
a
I agree.
response to anything?
We're just listening.
What, bro? You haven't
Got it.
said
So you
anything.
can see the argument that illegal immigrants are a net